So today, excuse the title, it should say how to upgrade your iOS software to iPadOS 16.4. So this new update just came out around last week or so. So that, again, we're gonna go over what goes into an iOS software update, what does it do, things of that nature. So again, it's gonna be really easy today. Again, we really wanna make sure that we're done by 11:30 or so that we can best prepare for our new lunch club at 12 o'clock from Howard University College of Pharmacy. They're going to be talking about basic medication education, and you can also ask them about any medications, about any vitamins or any supplements that you're taking. And again, it's on Teresa's Zoom. So you can find all that information inside Teresa's daily reminder. All right. So, sorry. So yes, iPadOS, or the iPad operating system 16, that is the current upgrade that is available on your guys' devices. So iPadOS 16 gives you powerful new ways to do more than ever. Share and communicate with the people who matter, level up your productivity, and the apps across the system are more intuitive, more customizable, and more capable. So just like tech in general, the world is ever evolving, right? So it's really important that you guys keep your systems updated all the way through so you can get all the latest security updates, again, app customizations, and just a better system all around. Okay. So what is an operating system? An operating system is the most important software that runs on the computer. It manages the computer's memory and processes. It manages software like apps that you have on your device, and hardware, things like the keyboard, the screen, the actual physical components of the device, that is hardware. And it also allows you to communicate with the computer without knowing how to speak the computer's language, because the computer's language is very complex. There's, you guys know there's a bunch of zeros and ones for coding, a lot of different languages that we don't know how to, use or operate, but because of the operating system, we don't need to. We can just use simple commands like tapping and holding onto the screen to be able to communicate or use your device. Without an operating system, a computer is useless. If we didn't have this system on this iPad right here, none of us would be talking to each other. So it's really important, again, that you keep it updated and in best health, right? The operating system's job, the system manages all of the software and the hardware on the computer. Most of the time, there are several different computer programs running at the same time, and they all need to access your computer's central processing unit, or CPU, memory, and storage. The operating system coordinates all of this to make sure each program gets what it needs. So, like, for example, now we're on Zoom. I'm doing the slides. My Wi-Fi is on. My data is on. Things like that. All of these things are able to happen because of the operating system being able to manage all of this data and such. Okay. Again, why is updating your operating system important? It's more because, well, first, a lot of the times, if you guys have ever used a computer or a laptop, you get those reminders that pop up that say that your applications and drivers are out of date. And it always seems like they come at the worst time possible. But even if it does, you should still follow them and keep your computer up to date. Because again, you want to make sure you have the best security updates, best app improvements, so that way you as the user get the best experience out of the device that you're using. These updates, again, have security patches that can cover security holes and keep the hackers out of the network. In addition, it includes, again, new or improved features, as well as improved compatibility with various devices or applications. So, for example, iPadOS 16.2, two of the things that I think of when I think of that update, it's the weather app. Because before 16.2, there was not a weather app on your iPad. If you guys have an iPhone, you probably used the weather app at some point on your phone, but you were not able to do that until 16.2 came out on the iPad with Point two as well, the freeform app that have covered several times so far, that came out with that update as well. So new apps, new improvements, security fixes, etc. Patches, they're contrary to what we believe. Updates are not designed to ruin our lives, and they're in fact designed to make our computers safer and keep hackers from exploiting vulnerable spots, because not any not any system is 100% foolproof to getting hacked, but we can make sure that we do our best to not allow 99.9% of them to come through, right? So never perfect, but always really, really close. So that's what these mini updates are there to do, just to make sure those little holes in the system are covered up so that way your data is safe. Again, updates can fix the code that allows hackers to install damaging malware on our computers or delete important files, the things that you've been so busy working on that you think you don't have time to update your software. Those folks are at risk if you decide to ignore the reminder. So again, if you guys get a notification on your device that says, hey, I need to update your iPad, your device, or things of that nature. So it's, again, super important that you complete any updates that you see on your device. The good thing about installing updates is that you just have to click a button. And if you set it up the right way and you meet all the conditions, then you do not even have to do that. What is the average time? The installation procedure normally takes between 10 and 20 minutes. When you include 5 to 10 minutes for setup, the current operating system update should take about 20 to 45 minutes. So again, this depends on when was the last time you did an update, how your connection is, if it's strong or if it's not as strong, things like that. So for example, at the library yesterday, I had a client that didn't update since like 0.1 or something. So, and factoring in, the connection that we had, it took 20, 25 minutes for it to download. So when you update your iPad, as soon as the new one comes out, each subsequent update is very short relative to what, the client experienced yesterday. So it's important that you do it frequently and consistently so you don't wait, you don't have to wait 20, 30, 40 minutes to use your device. So that's why, again, it's really important to keep your device updated when possible. But before you do an update, you want to make sure you have a backup. It's better to be safe than sorry, right? No matter what. Because if you have a backup of your iPad, you have a copy of your information to use in case your device is ever replaced, lost, or damaged. And again, 99.9% of the time, these updates, they just are all improvements. But, again, just like I said, in life, it's always good to have a safety plan or a backup in place. So it's important that you have a backup in case that update goes wrong. But also if you ever lose your device, because if you get a new one and you sign in with your Apple ID, you will have most of your information. It's better to start with something rather than nothing. So again, it's important to have the backup. So all those photos and videos and messages and contacts and app data and things, those are kept safe if you complete an iCloud backup. So we're going to go into that. By an iCloud backup includes, again, include nearly all data and settings stored on your device, like the data that's stored in iCloud, like contacts, calendars, notes, photos, messages, text, health data, your mail data, your Apple Pay information, your Touch ID settings. So yes, it's really, really important that you guys complete a backup. Not consistently, but at least once or twice a month, depending on how much you use your iPad. Again, with all the possibilities of what could go wrong, creating a backup should be the first thing on your to-do list when planning to upgrade your operating system. Backing up your data is simple. How to back up your iPad through iCloud. So you're going to complete both the backup and the upgrade or updates in settings. So first you go to the settings app tap on your name. As you see in the image, Teresa's name is highlighted. So you have to tap on your name to look at all of your Apple ID information. When you get to your Apple ID information, you tap iCloud. When you tap iCloud, on the right, find iCloud Backup and tap on that. And then when you do, you'll get to a screen that looks like this on the right, where it says iCloud Backup, make sure it's turned on, and then make sure you hit Backup Now. And once you complete the backup, you will see it says last successful backup at whatever time you completed. So as long as it says that, bam, you have backed up your device. Again, when you start a backup, it shows a bar to indicate the time remaining once the backup begins. So you see it says backing up, estimating time remaining. It's usually 1, 2, 3 minutes, very, very fast. And if you notice above that, it says automatically back up your iPads and data to iCloud when this iPad is connected to power, locked, and on Wi-Fi. So if you want this to be done automatically, again, you have to be connected to the charger. You're not using it. It has to be on Wi-Fi, and it will do and back up automatically if it sees fit. Again, how to back up your iPad with iCloud. Please connect your device to a Wi-Fi network or your broadband. Go to settings, tap on your name, tap iCloud, tap iCloud Backup, and then hit Backup Now. So just stay connected to your internet until the process is finished. And under Backup Now, you'll see the date and time of your last backup. Again, a backup allows you to copy and save the information from your iPhone, iPad, basically any Mac device. If you replace your device, you can use a backup to transfer your new information or your information to a new device. So as you can see on the right, when you get your new device, you will see the options for your apps and data, and you would want to hit Restore from iCloud Backup. And of course, you log in and you will have that information on your new device. Cool, so we did the backup, so now we can complete the update or the upgrade. So an upgrade, that's the 16 part of the software. So an upgrade happens at least every year. So last November is when iPadOS 16 came out. The year before, in 2021, it was 15, etc. So this coming November, it's probably going to be iPadOS 17, October, November. So that is when the upgrade comes out. But every month or so, you get an update. So that's where the 0.1, the 0.2, the 0.3, and then eventually where the 0.4, which is what we're going to download today, is encompasses. So in order to install and download and install the update, again, you go to settings, but this time on the left, you're going to find general. When you hit general, on the right-hand side, you tap software update, and then make sure, it depends on, again, what system that you have, but just make sure you download the latest. So in this example, it says 15.7. Now we don't want that, we want iPadOS 16 because that is the latest version. So once you tap on the upgrade, you'll get some prompts saying like, hey, do you want to use data? You might have to agree to the terms and conditions and such. But it's pretty simple. So I'm going to go ahead and showcase these two off really quick, and then we're just going to watch a few videos to really hammer down this concept, because it's really important that you guys do your backups and your updates on your device. Just like our bodies, we want all of our devices to be healthy, right? So we got to make sure that we treat it like how we would treat ourselves. So first we're going to do the backup. So let's go to settings. Wherever the settings app is on your device, I'm going to go ahead and tap on my name on the left, tap on iCloud on the right, just like the instructions before. When I hit iCloud, look for iCloud Backup and tap on it. And then once you do, again, you can see iCloud Backup automatically back up your iPad so you can restore your data if you lose your device or get a new one. So make sure backup this iPad is turned on. And then you see in blue, it says back up now. So make sure you tap on that. Backup using cellular data. Yeah. You want to do that. And if you are not on the Wi-Fi, or if you are on the Wi-Fi it's a little quicker. But as you can see, it says backing up, estimating time remaining. And again, it takes not too long at all. So you can see the bar indicating how long it has left. So as you can see, now it says about 1 minute remaining. It's going. So it's it's relatively quick. Just to make sure when you do this at least once a month, just check, hey, when is the last time I did a backup? Because you never know, again, when you're gonna lose or need to replace your device. You never know when you do an update and something may go wrong. So it's always better to be safe than sorry. It's always better to double check, you know? It's no point in rushing things and not, really paying attention or understanding what's going on. So it's just, myself included, I always double check and make sure that the next step I'm fully understanding of what I'm about to do. But look, it says last successful backup, 10:49 a.m. Great, so we got that part taken care of. Next, we're going to do the update. So on the left-hand side, please find General. Let's go ahead and do that. Software update on the right. You tap on that. And then again, like I said, I haven't done my update yet because I wanted to show you what it looked like. So look, iPadOS 16.4. It's about a 1 3/4 gigabytes of storage, so not too bad. And it says this update introduces 21 new emoji and includes other enhancements, bug fixes, and security updates for your iPad. So as you can see, there are app improvements, enhancements, security updates, and new features as well. So it's really important that you complete and do an update or an upgrade of your device at least once a month. Just take, I do it every week just because I want to know when that new update comes out so I can let you guys know to update. So if you're able to, just maybe check every couple of days. You never know what you're going to get, because sometimes there may need to be an update to the update. So like, for example, iPadOS 16.3, there was an issue with being able to back up your device. So Apple had to release 16.3.1 to fix that issue. So it's always good to check how frequently you want, but at least once a month, of the updates and stuff available on your iPad. But when you get to this page, you want to hit download and install. You enter your passcode if you have one. And then, yeah, use cellular data. Again, depending on if you're Wi-Fi or not, the prompts will change slightly, but it's just important to get it started. And now it's going to download right now. So just because I'm on the phone with you guys and it's a relatively large update, it's not going to be able to download in that time, but it's just the fact that the procedure is occurring that's really important. So once you have it downloaded, you'll get a notification saying, hey, you want to install it now? I would just do it right then and there. And then your iPad will shut off. You'll see the white Apple logo and then you'll see another type of bar that lets you know how far that update is along. And then once your iPad turns back on, great. You just double check, you go to settings, general, and see if it says, hey, iPadOS 16 point whatever is up to date. As long as it says that, great. You have successfully downloaded it and installed your software update. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and show these 3 videos, and then I will be answering any questions about this and helping folks get started on the process. So first, we're going to learn, again, just go over how to back up your device.
Backing up your iPhone to iCloud is a smart thing to do. And better yet, it's easy. First, open Settings and tap your name. Tap iCloud. Then tap iCloud Backup. Turn on Backup this iPhone if it isn't on already, and then just tap Backup Now. Backup the easy way.
Very simple. Next, how to update or upgrade your iPad device.
By keeping your iPad
through
up to date,
iCloud.
you can get the most out of your device with the latest features and security enhancements. We'll show you how to update your iPad wirelessly and how to update it using a computer. Before you start, you should back up your device. If you're updating wirelessly, you'll need to plug your iPad into power and connect to Wi-Fi. If you're using a Mac or a Windows computer to update, you'll need a compatible cable. Let's start by showing you how to update your iPad wirelessly. When there's an update available, you might get an alert, which you can tap to start the update process. Or a badge might appear on the Settings app icon on your home screen. To check for an update, open Settings, tap General, and then tap Software Update. You might have the option to choose between two available updates. If you'd like to continue using your current version of iPadOS, there might be important security updates you can install for a period of time. Or you can upgrade to the latest version. Now, tap Download and Install. This button might say Install or Install Now if your device has already downloaded the update. Then, enter your passcode. Follow any other prompts which might include reviewing and accepting terms and conditions to continue. Your iPad will begin the update process, and when it's finished, your iPad will restart.
Okay. And last but not least, some of you may experience this as well, but if you find that you don't have enough iCloud storage to back up your device, then this is how you can upgrade and manage your iCloud storage. So Apple provides you 5 free gigs of iCloud storage, but after that, you have to pay a monthly subscription to get more storage. So the video is going to cover that.
If your iCloud storage is running low, there are a few things you can do to make room. We'll show you how to upgrade to iCloud Plus and share some tips on how to manage your storage. Let's see how to get more storage with iCloud Plus. In Settings, tap your name, and then tap iCloud. Here, you can see how much space you're using. If you want to subscribe to iCloud Plus, tap Manage Storage. Then tap Upgrade or Change Storage Plan, depending on your current iCloud usage. You can select the plan that's right for you and follow the prompts to upgrade.
99 cents a month for 50
If you're new to
gigs,
iCloud Plus, you'll get new features like Private Relay, Hide My Email, and expanded HomeKit secure video support. You can also manage your iCloud storage by deleting files and documents you no longer need. When you delete something in iCloud, it's deleted across all your synced devices. Before you start, be sure to make a copy, either on your computer or an external hard drive, of anything you plan on deleting in iCloud but want to save. In your iCloud storage settings, you'll see your apps using iCloud, listed by the amount of space they take up. You can use this as a reference to help you decide what to remove, like duplicate pictures and videos in the Photos app, iCloud Drive documents you no longer need in the Files app, and attachments from conversations if you've turned on Messages in iCloud. Try this. In a Messages conversation, tap the contact at the top and scroll down. You'll see photos, videos, documents, and other things you've shared or that have been shared with you in this conversation. You can tap See All to view and delete anything you no longer want to store in iCloud or keep on your devices. And that's a look at some ways you can manage your iCloud storage. With more room, you can add more of the photos, videos, and documents you need. To learn more about how to use your iPhone or iPad, subscribe to the Apple Support YouTube channel, or click another video to keep watching. When using the beta of
All right, so I hope those 3 videos were helpful in learning how to back up and update your iPad and improve your iCloud storage if you need to. So give me a second and I will go through the hands first and then answer any following questions. So just give me a few minutes. see. If you have already let me know that you've upgraded your software, you don't have to, but if you haven't put in the chat before that you've done it, I'd appreciate if you guys can put in the chat if you've completed your update. If you haven't already, put it in the chat at some point during one of these sessions. So again, for the hands, I'm going to go through the folks that haven't done their update yet, or we haven't recorded it, and then I'll get to the other hands. So first up is, let's see, Miss Anita. Hi, Anita. Go ahead and unmute. Thank you, Carolyn. You're good. Then Anita, can you unmute, please, so I can assist you? One more time, Anita, can you please unmute so I can assist you? Either hit unmute in the middle or hit unmute
Sorry,
at the top.
Alice, I lost the screen. I'm sorry, but I
You're
have
good.
a question about an operating system. And no, I didn't upgrade because I thought I would do that afterwards. So go ahead to somebody else. I'll call you with my question.
Well, okay, so I want you to get the process started. So do you know how to go to settings? Then you go to general and then you hit software update. Can you please tell me what it says?
I'll
do that right now. Just hit your home button and go into your settings, please.
Okay. Wait a minute, I gotta get the settings screen up.
Yeah, so just hit your home button and hit the settings app and then go to general.
Okay, general, oh, I'm at, okay.
And on the right, hit software update, please.
On the right, software update. Let me find it, Alex. I'm sorry.
It's the second. It's fine. It's the second one at the top.
Oh, I see it. Okay. Okay.
And then tell me what it says, please.
Okay, it says automatic updates.
Yeah, below that, ma'am. Does it say 16.4 download and install?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, so make sure you go through that process. Try doing it now, but because you are on the Zoom, sometimes Zoom and that doesn't work together. So go ahead and hit that. So tap on download and install and get it started.
Hit the link?
No, you hit download and install, ma'am.
Okay, all right. And I'm using what
yes,
data?
Hit use cellular data and then make it go through. It may work, it may not, depending on your connection. So yes, just wait until we get off the phone, but you got the right idea, okay?
Yeah, I have it from here.
Great. Well, thank you, Anita.
I'll call you maybe later after the meeting.
Okay, yes, I will let you know I am pretty much in back-to-back meetings. So if you do contact me, please text me through my work phone, okay?
Okay.
All right, but no problem. Thanks for attending. You have a wonderful day.
You too.
Let's see. Thank you, Anita. Thank you for lowering your hand. Hi, Brenda. How can I help you?
Hey, Alex. Alex, I've already updated my iPad. I mean, I do it all the time. But yes. I have a question. I'm confused. Do we need to back up the iCloud first and then the software, or is it the software and then the iCloud?
Yeah, it's so just like the presentation, you got to back up first, because what's the point of doing something first and not having a safety plan already ready? Right. So if you do the update first, and if for whatever reason, look, I've never experienced it, and most people haven't, but if there is some issue with the new update that messes up your device, then it would be really important to have that backup just in case, so that way you can go back to that version, because with the backups, it backs up the update that you have already, so that way you can go back to that and then wait for that other, the update you just tried to do for it to be fixed. But Apple does a really, really, really good job of making sure that none of those issues really occur, but it's just always better to be safe than sorry.
Okay.
Right.
And one other thing, now, when I have an auto update, so I still need to check periodically to see if I need to update that as well?
Well, once you have it set up as automatic, but it's just simply the fact that the button is turned on. All of these, the backup and the update occurs automatically when your device is plugged in and connected to Wi-Fi. So if those two conditions are met, and depending on the strength and connection of your internet, then it will either download automatically, it will either download and install automatically. But if you have a weak connection, then you will have to do it manually.
Oh, okay.
But either way, each way it takes around 30 seconds just to pull up and just check. So
yeah, I mean,
I love all the safety measures, and
yeah,
it's if you forget something, it's not the end of the world.
Right. Okay. And I check all the time anyway, since you guys showed us. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Brenda. Hope to see you on at noon.
Oh, I will. Okay.
All right. Next up it is Miss Sheila. Go ahead, Sheila. Unmute. How can I help you today?
Yeah, I'm. You was talking about the iCloud and updating the backup, but my iCloud, it tells me, my iPad tells me when it's not backed up. It automatically comes on and tells me that it's not backed up.
Yeah, so sometimes in settings, when you're on your home screen and you look at all of your icons, some icons have a number on it. So for example, you see right now for my mail, it says I have 44,000 messages to read. So I already know that based on looking at the icon. For calendar, and look, I have 25 calendar invites in my calendar. If there was something that you need to do in settings, it would have the 1 or 2 or whatever number of things that you need to do. So yes, if it comes up, yes, if it comes up, you have to look at it and see what it needs you to do. So you may need to once you back up your device, then that it will go away. But you might need to sign in to your Apple ID. You might need to confirm your phone number. There are different things that the settings ask you to do periodically sometimes. So
yes, that's what it does. That's what it does. I go to it, and it says iCloud is not backed up. It backs it up right then and there, because I hit the button, backs it up there, and then I had no problem with it,
Yeah, so that's why I love it too, because it lets you know, it gives you a notification, but that's your fail safe as well. Yes, so
I haven't
there's
done
the backup
software update yet. I haven't done that in a minute, so
yes,
check and see about that.
Yeah, so it's as soon as you get off the phone today or off the call, just go ahead and check out that software update and go ahead and download and install it. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you, Sheila. No problem. Have a one. You too. See you at 12.
Okay.
All right. Next up is Denise Jackson. Hi, Denise. How are you? Can you hear me, Denise?
Hey, Alex. I was asking. I was going to ask you about the update, but.
Denise, you there?
I'm doing it now. I'm downloading.
Oh yeah. If you're downloading it right now, that's why your connection is a little choppy, because your iPad is using a lot of power to complete that process. So, but yes, do you have a question about the update?
I was well, I guess it's finished. I'm not sure, but yeah, I was saying, why was you putting in a pin?
Yeah, so that's your passcode. So whenever you want to download or do a lot of, well, not a lot, but a relative majority of things in settings, like you need to put in your passcode again to confirm that it's you that wants to do the update. So it's just a fail-safe operation, pretty much.
Oh.
Yes. So yeah, it just asks for your iPad passcode. So it's the passcode of your iPad. So if you have one set up, it will ask you to put that in. So like I did, like you just saw me when I did my update, it asked me to put in my passcode to my device. So it will ask you that. Yeah, so it shouldn't ask you anything. It should just say, hey, do you want to use cellular data? So you should just say use. So that might be for something else, but if you don't have a passcode set up on your iPad, then it won't ask you that.
Okay, gotcha. Because it's not, because I don't have one, but it's downloaded. Yeah, it's cool. Downloading now. But I didn't know. I seen it. I say, oh, it's already updated. But I didn't know I had to download it.
You have to download it and then install. So those are two different things. So download is actually, getting the data. Installing it is putting it on the device. So there are two stages. So it might have been downloaded, but you just never installed it, which sometimes happens. Yes, because you're just like, hey, it's cool, but you got to go back in general and then software update, and then it will tell you if it's up to date. If it says install now or download and install, that means you didn't go through the whole process.
Okay, I remember that. I've been doing it, but I just didn't pay no attention. I'm like, oh, it's already there. But it's doing it now though. But
cool. It might take a little minute.
Yeah, and one more thing. When you back up the iCloud, why it don't give the date? It just say the time.
It will give you the date the next day, because if it says if it says 11 a.m., then that's 11 a.m. today. If it's tomorrow, it will say April 5th, 11 a.m., April 6th, whatever the day.
Okay, because I can remember. I do update it, but I just I just showing the time.
No, I understand. That's a good question. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. And going to class.
Oh, thank you so much. And I'll see you at 12 for Howard University.
Yeah, I'll be there.
All right. Well, thank you, Denise.
Thank you.
Next is Teresa. Hi, Teresa. Nice to see you on.
Hello, how are you?
Good. How can I help you today?
I went to, let me go there now. I went to settings. And I clicked on my name.
Yes. So you're trying to do a backup, is that right?
No, I have a question about something that I saw.
Okay.
I clicked on my name and I clicked on iCloud on the right. And at the top on the iCloud, excuse me, I see photos, backup, docs, and mail. Would you talk to me a little bit about that? All of them have different colors. What does that mean?
Yeah, so let me go to that page myself. So when you go into settings and you tap on your name, and on the right hand side you tap iCloud, on the top you see it says iCloud Plus, and then there are different colors, and then gives you a key. So yellow is photos, blue is backups, green is messages, and then gray is others, and then the rest of the bar is the rest of the storage you have. So I have the 200 gig storage from Apple. So it says I have 92, I've used 92 and out of 250. And then you can look at all of the different device or apps that use iCloud. So that key just gives you a really quick general sense of how much storage you've used up and how much you have left.
Okay. All right. How much storage have you? And it tells me in which category the storage.
Yes, and then and then if you hit manage account storage, you can view a more detailed overview of it. So you can see I have 56 gigs of photos. I'm telling you, I've had this this Apple ID for actually about like 10 years now, for real. So I have a lot of photos and videos and such. So but either way, you'll see the most used storage. So again, photos, backups, messages, those are the apps and things that use the most of the iCloud, and you can see the rest. So that's really the majority of the storage is really photos, backups, and messages. So when they say photos, they mean photos and videos. So whatever you have on your device. So
if I wanted to delete something in photos, I will click on photos there and select what I wanted to delete and move forward.
Yeah.
Right?
So what I would do, because this just tells you how much, I would go into the actual Photos app and then delete pictures and videos. I would do videos first because photos in general, they are very tiny compared to videos. I think I saw on my thing, I think I have like 26 2,700 videos on my iCloud. So, so of course, no, I know that's a lot of data. So either way, it should be very minute. Like you probably have like 50, maybe 100 videos or something. So the ones that are more like 10 minutes or 15 minutes, those are going to take up the most storage on your device.
Okay, I got it. Thank you so much for explaining that to me.
No problem. It's my pleasure. And I'll hope to see you on at 12, Teresa. It's we have Howard University talking about medications and education. So that's really, really important. And you get to talk to an actual person from there. So, hey, it's a great deal.
I'll be there. I'll be there.
All right. Well, thank you, Teresa. Great questions. Next up is Miss Eula. Go ahead and unmute. I got your message in the chat. Mr. Charles, every time you hop on, I make sure to give you your credit. So, yep, as long as you have your name in, I know it's you, sir. So, and then the other thing that you asked for, that is you should have received or be receiving a call from the help desk in regards to that. So, if they still haven't contacted you, Mr. Charles, please call the help desk and they can assist you with that issue. Miss Eula, are you there? Go ahead and unmute.
Okay, I pretty much got the new iOS 16. That's downloading now. Mine pretty much downloads itself during the night.
Yes.
So,
yep. That's what it does.
Yes, it downloads itself, you know.
Yeah, again, depending on your connection and if it's plugged in and connected to Wi-Fi. So yes, but it's always good to double check. So even if you know, every month or so, I would check the backup. So settings, your name, iCloud backup, check to see if that's done. And then in settings, you tap general and then software update to check to see if it's up to date. If it's up to date, it will say iPad, whatever is up to date.
Okay, it's still downloading.
It's going to take a little minute, so just let it hang in there and just pay attention to when the notification comes and say, hey, you want to install it now? Yes, I want to install it now.
Okay.
Any other questions, Miss Eula?
No, that's pretty much it.
Okay, well, I hope you're better. Yes, I was supposed to see you yesterday, but you weren't able to make it, so hopefully I'll see you. Hopefully I'll see you soon. But it's great. This is one of the things that we go over at the library trainings. So this, it's great that you can do that, just through Zoom. So
I'll just probably make another appointment at that time.
Okay,
At Mount Pleasant. Mount Pleasant is closest to me.
Yes, it was a while since I've been there, so it was nice to be in there. It was nice. So yes, we'll try to be there. Well, for me, sometime next month, but Caroline, if you worked with her, she may be at Mount Pleasant this month as well. Okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Alex.
No problem. Have a great day, Miss Eula, and I'll see you at 12.
Thank you, Alex. Bye.
Okay, let me just get a second to get situated. And I want to really prioritize the folks that have not done their update. So if you know you haven't let me know or completed your update, please raise your hands. Yeah, we want everyone to be updated. So again, you have the latest app improvements and customization, security, things of that nature. Next up is Portia. Hi, Portia. How can I help you with the update or the backup?
Hi, Alex. I'm with the backup and the update. Alex, I went to settings. Okay, let me see. Now I went to settings and I saw my name, and then now this the backup first, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and then I general was already in
No,
color.
that's the update, Miss
Oh, that's
Portia.
the
So
update.
you gotta hit when you tap your name in settings, you have to hit iCloud on the right and then hit iCloud backup.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute, Alex. Okay, I'm going to settings. Okay. And then I'm gonna my name, right?
Yes, hit your name and then on the right hand side, please tap iCloud.
Right side. Okay, wait a minute. Right side. Okay, right side. iCloud. Yeah, iCloud. Okay, I got that. iCloud. And this is for backup, right?
Yes, ma'am. So make sure you hit iCloud backup, please.
Okay, iCloud backup. Make sure I hit that. Okay, and then all right. And then what's next? Name. Okay,
You see,
setting.
it should say backup now, right? If you hit iCloud backup, it should say backup now, Miss Portia.
Okay, all right, that's backup. Okay.
So just go ahead and complete that backup by hitting backup now.
Okay, backup now. Okay.
And then it will let you know when it's complete and when the last time you did it right there in that section. Okay.
Okay, and then upgrade is the next one. I think.
Yeah, the update is that's general on the left, and then software update. So it's very easy to access. So make sure that it's all the way updated through. If not, you need to download and install the latest update. Okay.
Okay, I think I got it. I think I got it because I went to settings, but general was already okay.
Yeah,
so
it was already there. So you just tap on general and then hit software update on the right, and then go ahead and complete that. Okay.
Okay, and that's upgrade. That's the upgrade.
Yes.
Okay,
Software update or an upgrade.
Okay, because it's two of them. Okay, thank you, Alice. I appreciate it.
No problem, Portia. Thanks so much, and have a great day. Okay, next up is Greer. Hi, Greer. Nice to see you. How can I help you today? Go ahead and unmute, Greer.
Good morning, Alex. How are you?
Good. How is your day so far?
Well, it was pretty good so far. I've updated my latest iPad, but I've had an iPad for 100 years that I got from either QVC or HSN, and I go along with it the same way I do with that, and I have 100,000 pictures in it and videos in it, what have you. And I thought I had lost it last week, but I had just purchased 2 gigabytes, no, terabytes, the TB. Yeah, I got a bunch of it, but I'm thinking, because they asked me, it came up this morning, did I want to share with family? I want to share with me on the new one. But the only thing is, I've upgraded, but I have a problem now trying to get the automatic update to come on. It's check for update now is going through.
Yeah, so it just depends. So it happens these updates. So if you're talking specifically about the software update, again, it happens when you're connected to power. So charging, it's connected to Wi-Fi, and your iPad is, so you're not using it. It will happen on its own, usually overnight. So it depends on the connection. Sometimes, again, like I said to Denise, it will just download automatically, but you'll need to manually install it. Sometimes it does both. Sometimes it does neither. So if you're,
right now I'm just at 16.4, and it should be 0.7 now, right?
No, it's 0.4. That's the latest one.
Oh, this is the latest one.
Yes, Greer. So if it's 16.4, that is the latest version.
I thought I was wrong, Alex.
No, so if you ever have a question like that, I would just so that way you can feel more self-sufficient, because it's always feels really good to be self-sufficient. If you have a question on like what is the latest update, literally just Google it. Like go in Safari and be like, what is the latest iPad update? And it will tell you what it is. So
while we were doing this, it never dawned on me because I didn't realize. I mean, I didn't check my new one. You know, I just thought that I don't know. I think I must have heard 7 somewhere. That's why.
Yeah, so that was when we first did it, because when we first did this presentation, it was before iPadOS 16 came out. So it may be from that, but it's, you know, if you guys have a question about pretty much anything, just Google it. It's, you know, when I started doing that and finding information, it felt really good, you know, not having to ask like certain questions. You know, it's not saying it's a bad question. You know that, Greer, but it's you know, just utilize what you guys have access to. I mean, you know, literally I can just hit the home button and then go to Safari and then go to Google and then search what is the latest iPad update and type that. I search it. And then I can look about iPadOS 16 updates. I go there, that's Apple's website. I open it, and then it will tell me if it wants to act right and go, but it will tell me, it will say iPadOS 16.4. So look, iPadOS 16.1, 0.11, 0.2, 0.3, 0.3, 0.1, and then 0.4, great. 0.4, that's the latest update. That's what I should see when I go into settings, general software update, and then see what update my iPad is on. Does that make sense, Greer?
Yeah, so Google is going to tell us all about Apple products. Okay.
I mean, and anything you can just like the WikiHow thing, where you can search pretty much anything. You guys can search anything on Google just to ask, because, you know, if it's late at night, you guys aren't able, to call the help desk or call us at all, and you know, so it's it's just there. So just use it while you guys, you know, have it. So to everyone. So thank you, Greer.
Well, I just want to say, Alex, that I've had this iPad for 100 years, like I said, from, I don't remember if it was QVC or HSN, but I've learned so much. I didn't realize how much I didn't know before coming to this class. And after coming here, I just really didn't know anything about it. I was just mostly taking pictures and videos. Now I can do a whole bunch more. So thanks so much to you, Teresa and WildTech. I truly appreciate all of you.
Oh, no problem. It's a lot. Again, like I said, I have I've worked with Apple product. Well, in my phone, I've had my iPhone and iPhone since I was 14 or so. So I have a lot of experience, and I've dealt with, just the same way. I just didn't know, or I didn't know it was capable until you actually tinker around. Like, if you guys have time, literally, like each of the icon, like WildTech, they preload a lot of great apps on the device for you. So every day, just take a little bit of time just to maybe, hey, I want to learn more about this. And you can learn a lot just by experimenting and trying things out for yourself. Because, we can say this, and that, then that all day. But if you guys don't actually, try or attempt to, do the task, or at least go through the app first and then ask questions, you'll be, a lot more informed and feel a lot, better, because it always feels good to figure out things.
Well, since I was on here with you and we were focusing on this is why I was asking. But I somehow or another, I just thought 16.7, that was on my mind. But you're speaking of having an iPhone. My 15-year-old great-grandson he's had one for a few months now. But with my having my iPad and his having the iPhone, we interchange and we do FaceTime a lot.
Yes.
And he's out early on the waiting for the bus down in Maryland for school. I check with him in the mornings to make certain, before it got light anyway, he was out there in the dark, and we would talk while he was out there, and we interchanged now with his iPhone and my iPad. So I'm just so thankful for all of it. I really am.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Yes. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it, and it's just you thought about it and you asked. So it's nothing wrong with asking questions. It's just how you learn. So same thing, same thing with me as well. You guys teach me so much, and I always appreciate you guys asking great and difficult questions, because some of them are pretty, difficult or multi-step, but a lot of you can take that and just run with it. So yes.
Definitely. Thank you again.
No problem. I'll see you at 12, Greer, okay?
Okay, bless you.
Bless you. Okay, thank you, Greer. Yeah, so I see we had a couple of hands. So just if we could just keep it to a minute, I really appreciate it. First is Cassandra, then Shirley, and then Yvonne. So Cassandra, can you please unmute and ask your question? If not, Shirley, can you please unmute? Whoever asked first.
Alice, hello. Good morning,
yes.
Alice. Good morning,
Hi,
everyone.
Shirley.
Yes, I just wanted to let you know that I did my upgrade to
oh
16.4.
Yes, I see your message.
Text. You send your message.
Yes.
All right, I'm good. Thank you for everything. You and Miss Teresa.
Oh, no problem, Shirley. It's always nice to see you on. Thank you so
much.
All right,
thank you. I'm still listening every time. Sometimes I had things to do though, but I'm still.
Yes, that's again. I love the program. You can just have it on, and especially it's all about those first 6 classes. Once you do those classes, it's up to you how much information anyone that wants to join. So because you guys are on this morning, you guys can take advantage of this more intimate time, or being with other folks that are as dedicated as you. So it's great.
All right, thank you. I've joined into the special classes and special guests too. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Have a great day, Shirley.
Okay, you too. Bye-bye.
Cassandra, do you have a question?
Yes. I had went and did the whole thing, but I forgot to hit my name. Does that make a difference?
I'm sorry, can you say that one more time?
Okay, I went in to start downloading, but what I did...
First you want to do the backup, or are you doing the update?
The backup.
Okay, so for the backup, you gotta tap on your name. You did that already, right?
No, that's what I was saying. I did everything but tap on my name. So that means I gotta start over?
Yeah, so just go all the way back, and then on the left-hand side, just tap on your name at the top left.
Okay.
Tap on your name, and then on the right-hand side, hit iCloud.
Okay.
And then on the right-hand side again, you should see where it says iCloud Backup.
Okay.
Yep, and then now it should say Backup Now.
Okay.
You see that? Yep, go ahead and tap on that.
Okay.
Cool. So now it should say estimated time remaining. You should see that bar moving, correct?
Yeah.
Yep. So you're good on that. Great job.
Yeah. Say about 1 minute. Okay. Say last successful backup is 11:31.
Yes, that was very quick. So good job. Now on the left-hand side, because you did your backup, you can check to see if you need an update. So on the left-hand side, please hit General.
Okay. Let me see.
Yeah. So
hit General.
On the right-hand side, hit Software Update, please.
Software Update. Okay.
And then does it say download and install somewhere?
It says install now.
Yep, so it's already downloaded. So it probably overnight it downloaded. So now all you have to do is install it. So see what it does now. Yes, hit install now, see what it does now, because you're on Zoom and may not allow you to do it. But as soon as you get off Zoom, you just go ahead and hit install now, okay?
Okay. Yes, this update cannot be installed during the cellular call.
Yes, so every month, that's what you do. You check to see if your backup's done and you do it. And then every month you check to see if you need an update or an upgrade, okay?
Thank you so much.
No problem, Cassandra. Nice to see you, and I'll see you at 12 o'clock.
All right.
Next up and last but not least is Miss Yvonne. Hi, Yvonne. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you so much, Alex. I've been on.
You look like you just had 8 hours of sleep.
Oh my goodness, you're too kind. You're too kind. Well, I'm just, I'm continuously learning from everybody's questions because I've been on forever. But one thing I'd like to know how to do is sometimes I have family over and we like to take a picture. This is a little off topic, I must admit. And I want to be in the picture. And my young niece, she knows how to do something with the photo, app. And I can jump in the picture. And can you go through that in just a second?
Sure. I have some time, and yes. So there is a way that you can make it so where it doesn't take the picture automatically. It takes it within a few seconds. So if you're on your iPad, you have a whole camera app, which we've gone over several. So everyone should be aware that there's a camera app on your iPad. On the app, when you go to, again, the camera app. So as you can see, if like I would take a selfie. So this is my hand. So whenever the picture, so everyone's ready and you have your iPad set up however you are so you can see everyone. On the at the right hand side at the top, you see those 4 icons above the white button?
Yes.
You see the second one that kind of looks like a clock?
Yes.
Yes, you tap on that and then it gives you 3 or 10 seconds. So if I wanted to take a picture in 3 seconds after hitting the button, look, 3, 2, 1, and then it takes it. If I want to do 10 seconds, I had 10 seconds, and then I had 10 seconds to get ready. So the person can hit the shutter button, go back to where everyone's at, and then you'll see when it's going to take it. So that way you could time yourself taking the picture, just like an old family photo.
Yes, because I like to jump in the picture, but I didn't quite know how we could all be in the picture.
Yeah, so again, this is in selfie mode. So you can have the iPad facing you while it's propped up. So that way you can first see how everyone looks. And then one person goes and hits that button with the timer on, and they can go back in the same position they were at. And then they will still have a couple of seconds to get ready, and you can say 3, 2, 1, smile. So they'll have the timer there. So everyone knows when to smile and when the picture is going to be taken.
And what does that bottom button do with circular arrows?
Oh, this just flips it. So if I want it facing, or if I want a selfie, or if I want it outwardly. So it just switches the front camera versus the back.
I see.
So same thing you can do on FaceTime. If you FaceTime someone, you can switch the camera. Same thing in Zoom. If you guys have your video on the left-hand side of Zoom, you should see that same arrows where you can switch the camera so you can show what's around you and show what's in front of you.
Thank you. And that third button, is that for a video?
The third, you're talking about the lightning bolt?
Yes, the lightning bolt.
Yes, that's the flash. So if you want flash on or off.
Oh, that's flash on or off. Okay.
Yes. It's pretty, the camera app is pretty simple once you know the button. So yes, it's a great question. And yep, Apple thought of that too. So use the top to adjust anything about your picture. And then at the bottom, you see there's photo, square. You can make it a square photo. You can make it a panoramic photo. You can make it a time lapse. So there are different things that you're able to do.
Thank you so much, Alex.
No problem, Yvonne. Nice to see you. And I'll see you at 12 o'clock, okay?
I look forward to it. Thank you.
Okay, Greer, did you have another question?
Yes, Alex. Yvonne, I appreciate that question because I never knew that was a capability on the iPad to do that, have a timer on that. So that's good to know for future reference.
Yes. Yeah. I know Greer takes many family photos, and I talked to Linda Torrance about our being in the same class. And she said, Yvonne, you know everybody. Well, if you're in this iPad class, you get to meet everybody.
That's the absolute truth,
yes.
Yvonne.
Yeah. So
you did speak with Linda.
Yes,
Yvonne.
I spoke with Linda on Monday. We have a link. I'll send you the link. It's a Monday activities.
Okay.
And she said, yeah, and I put one picture. I sent her a picture that you sent. Oh, she said, this is from an old party that my mother had.
Yeah, that was because at first I thought I had lost all my pictures, but I think iCloud was just merging everything together and I didn't realize it.
Yes, it does.
And
it does
I
that.
had to Yvonne, I had to use what I had until I could get what I wanted. You know what I mean?
Yes. Well, mention it to Linda. I understand. Thank you so much, everyone. This is my new community.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Absolutely. I'm enjoying it so much.
Yes. So it's just you guys, have experience, especially those that just started joining the advanced trainings back in October. We offer now more than over 12 hours of programming a week. So all of the seniors, not just you guys, but everyone, they're able to have a full day, maybe 20, 30, 40 years ago or something, but just in Alex, the 2023 fashion. So
let us know if we need to write letters so your budget will continue or be increased. if you need.
That's So anytime that's what I can say is when we do hold the event, so like the talent show that's coming up, the more people that show up, the more DACL sees that this program is necessary for our seniors in DC. So just those events, that's why that midterm survey is so important, because you give us feedback and things like that. If you ever like a presentation or have compliments or improvements, you can send that to Teresa or I, just so that way we can improve and things of that nature. So yes, just do that, and then just show up, especially to our guests on Tuesday and Thursday. Some folks only know about Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays and think this is just an iPad program. It's not. It's an iPad and a resource program. So please join those, because on Tuesdays, especially Thursdays, I don't know if you guys have noticed, it's kind of the same. With the first week we have cyber senior, second week we have DCPL, third week we have Alzheimer's, etc. So we got that situated. But Tuesdays is when you have our special guests. So I know the flood team, was there on Tuesday, and all of the sessions beforehand. So it's just really important that you guys attend and just say that you really enjoyed it. So
it's a lot of information. Mm-hmm.
Yes, but we got to get ready for our lunch club today. So I'm just going to leave the class open until 12 o'clock. But again, I hope everyone enjoyed today's session. So again, thank you so much and have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Alex.
Mm-hmm.
You all know what I learned? I have learned that since we've been on here, that I wanted to learn more about history of all kinds. So I go on YouTube and listen to a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And I go on to biography and listen to that. And it's just amazing what they show us to make us, our minds, I'm not saying the word right, but our minds blossom.
Yeah.
I'm not saying the word.
That's a good word. That's a good word.
That's a good word.
Right.
It is a good word.
Yes.
Yeah. Just like the flower blossoming.
That's
right.
Right.
And I need to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
When I started doing I started doing Yahoo a long time ago, and because my children taught me how to do it. And so when I did Yahoo, the main thing I wanted to know, I always asked a question, was always about my health. And I didn't like taking medication, so I would say, Yahoo, if I gotta take this pain pill for arthritis, what can I take? What herb can I take, or what alternate do I have? And it brought up a big old book called Alternation of Medicine. If I have too much sugar, I can take cinnamon. I say, what? If my pressure is kind of high, I can do garlic. I say, what? And so I bought the book. I don't have it with me right now because my children got it. But I bought that book. It cost $28, but it's worth it.
What's the name of
alternate of medicine? You can go on Google and it'll show your whole printout. If you have migraine headaches, because it got certain pure juice that you can drink. Because my niece do the pure juice, and all like that. I say, what? So I'm always asking them a question. And I had to be nosy. I had to get nosy about the Bible. And I say, how many blacks are in the Bible? Woo, Lord.
How many what?
How many blacks are in the Bible? Because I knew about Hagar, the maid that Abraham had the baby by. Sarah told me had the baby by. It's me. I knew about that black lady and all, but it started before that. It started in the Garden of Eden with Cain all the way through it. And we'll search that too if you went into it.
I didn't know that Hagar was black.
Yeah, she was Egyptian. It tells you. King James would tell you she was Sarah's Egyptian maid.
Yeah.
Egypt is in Africa, see? Because Sarah couldn't have no children, remember? She couldn't have
I knew that.
So she was upset. So she told Abraham, okay, you can sleep with Hagar. And they had a son named Ishmael. Ishmael became the father of the Arabs. All over the Arab desert.
They were all black.
Them his own people, them his children right there. It's a whole lot to learn in there. So it taught me to take my knowledge and turn it into wisdom.
Okay.
And that's what I tell my students, still looking for nasty things, because you'd be surprised what they find that we don't be looking for.
Yeah.
Right.
That's how they come. They knew about the guns and all.
You know what? Y'all not gonna believe me when I tell you this. But if you're familiar with Noah and the Ark,
yes,
he had to be on the Ark, and he knew when the water subsided, when they saw the bird bring back the grass or whatever. Well, they had been on that Ark so long. When they all got off that Ark, his kids and him, whole family.
Yeah, the whole
they had
generation.
The rest from all that water and seeing all the people dying that had been swept away, whatever. But they've celebrated him. They made their wine from the grapes, and they all laid out there and went to sleep. Noah got drunk. But when he arose, when he woke up, he realized the Bible didn't say exactly what happened, but the Bible says that Noah realized that something had happened to him. One of his sons had molested him. Now, I forgot the son's name, but if you look up his sons, Noah cursed the white son, and he said,
he cursed the black child. The black child.
No, he did not. It was the white one, because the white one had 3 boys. Him.
Okay, that's okay. I stopped that.
They had molested, the white one had molested him.
And
the dark one, he said,
that's enough of that. That's enough. Let everybody
white one would be cursed.
All right.
Let everybody learn on their own.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but look up the sons.
You can look it in the Bible. It's in King James.
That's what's in King James. Noah. He had gotten drunk and was naked, and one of them half and the other 2 covered.
I
know they was on the ark for 40 days. Yes. A lot of things happened in 7 days, 40 days, like that. And they was on that ark for 40 days. And it was 2 by 2. Now I forget his son's name, but and like Miss Dina said, what was that, an eagle that went out to see if the rain had stopped?
You got that nose on.
I'm sorry, but I said it wrong, did I?
No, you got sound on in the background.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Who this Portia? Oh Lord.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Okay, cut it out. Don't say my name too much, Miss Film. What? Let me go here and cut the TV down. I'm sorry, Miss Film. I'm sorry, y'all.
Let's change the subject. I want to teach about something else. Let's change that subject.
Why?
Everybody have their own belief.
Yeah, but this is not the setting for that portion.
No. I didn't bring it up. I was just saying that they was on.
Yeah, okay. Well, you made your point. You made your point.
Ooh. And have you ever
always say something hard
for what recipes?
No, I always say something correct. I don't go along with everything y'all say. Seems like I always say something odd.
I said recipes.
Keep my mouth closed. No, you don't. Yes, I do. Just like I had asked Diane about what was the difference between Black and African American, and I felt like I had started a war
You know, everybody got to talking about this, that, and blah, blah, blah. But I was just honestly asking because I had never seen that before.
You didn't
Diane?
You didn't
So
start
I said, I better keep my mouth closed.
I didn't
You didn't start no war. What happened was, this is the way the system put it up for when you applied for a government jobs. This is what they made on the forms. Black, Caucasian, African American. They took out black. They put African American, Caucasians, and others. You didn't do nothing wrong. You just asked a simple question.
Yeah,
And
but but that's okay. Let's talk happy talk, happy.
And that's because we came from Africa. So we came from Africa, that we're African America. But I'm not African American. I was born there. I'm African American. Africa was born in me.
I never seen that phrase before.
Question. We answered that question. So let's not get all been out of
No, we're not.
Let's talk something
happy. I wasn't upset or nothing. I was
it's
just
the same way they did away with putting colored on things and change it. They kept changing it to make it more politically correct.
Yeah,
that's true. And politically correct means correct by them, not by us.
Yes.
And see, we have to be strong enough to identify ourselves and not let other people identify us.
Yes, that's so true. That's why I said what I said. I know who I am.
I'm just not late for supper.
Denise
Diane, you too much. You too much, Miss Diane.
That's a pretty baby.
Oh my goodness.
A beautiful
I like
baby.
that. I'm not too late for supper.
Kitty cat. Yeah.
That baby.
Hey, Greg, I love you. You caught it just in time.
She like to come on the Zoom class.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. She like the Zoom class.
They're very smart.
Yeah, I have another one too, Jazzy. I'm gonna put him up next time. Yeah. They looking at me now. They like, what did you get ready to do now?
And when you gonna
feed joke, Diane?
No, I just come up with it because sometimes we just get too serious and too. So I come up with something, and when I see Grid start laughing, I just appreciate it. That's she caught me right away. She understood what I was trying to do.
Right. It was beautifully said. It was beautifully said. Yeah.
That's good to break the ice. That's right.
Yeah, we need to.
Yeah, that's very true.
Can I say one more thing? Can I say something else?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
We hear you, Portia.
I look at
no, it's not me. Go ahead, Miss Dina.
Basically, at all the documentaries on PBS, you know, Howard University and all those PBS.
Right.
Well, it was a documentary on last week, and it was called Storming Caesar's Palace. So I was thinking, I don't want to look at nothing about no Caesar's Palace, but I looked at it because nothing else was on. Okay. And it was very good. It was about the starting of welfare in Las Vegas? Is that Nevada? But man, they showed the beginning of the welfare, blah, blah. But to make the long story short, there was a Black lady on there that was working in a hotel kitchen, and she fell. She had 6 children. And she fell and broke her shoulder and her hip. And she tried to survive. She had to end up moving in the projects, but she said she could hardly feed her children or anything. This is the main point here. She started crying, and she said one day she didn't have any food to feed her children. She said she had some cornmeal.
Yes.
And she put some onions in it.
Yeah.
And some water. But listen, What she fried them in, she made some patties best way she could, and she was crying. She said she cooked them in Vaseline.
Oh,
now y'all ever heard of that?
No.
You do it
That
fast when you
seems
have
like
to.
it would be harmful to the system, it seems.
But it was very good, and how they got an organization together and whatever to fight against women on welfare. And how they did, they stormed, all these big crowds of people went into Caesar's palace, and they all ate the food and then ended up nobody paid for the food and whatever and this and that. But it was very good. It was very good.
Yeah.
But my main point, I was going to ask y'all, had y'all heard of anybody cooking food with Vaseline? But I said that woman was very poor.
I never heard of that.
I know
she was crying, telling
it's a petroleum product, so that would be harmful.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But that's a gas. That's made out of a gas.
But you know, have you? This is what happened. My family always worked in the government, but you all know that sometimes even working every day, we don't have money to feed ourselves.
That's true.
You know.
Yeah.
And what happened? My sister had run out of money and didn't have no food for her children. She called the welfare system to get some help. And she said she needed it for one time. It ain't like she was gonna stay on welfare. Do you know they refused to help? The system refused to help.
That's horrible.
And this is what I don't understand. We the ones pay in the government for what we pay our taxes.
We pay taxes.
Even at our age now, and we done worked 30 and 40 years, which means we still giving taxes.
Yeah.
Do you know how hard it is for us to get things?
That's true. That's true.
And that shouldn't be. Where is a prisoner? He comes out of jail after spending 20 years. Ain't worked in a pie factory, but he can get welfare.
Yeah.
You know, the system. The system works backwards. It don't work. It don't work forward. Just like I was telling that guy yesterday about the sewers. They're thinking that is backwards.
For some people, it's definitely backwards. But you know what, Miss? Can I say something? Right now, food is so high, and they had a nerve enough to put people back to you know how they was giving you extra money to buy food and stuff during the pandemic.
Yeah, they stopped it.
They cut that off.
Yeah, they cut it off.
What cut the benefit way down. Right. And now what you gonna go to the store and you only get $24? And how you gonna buy some bread? Some eggs. Eggs is $4. Bread is $4. I'm appealing. I'm appealing that because
Miss Portia, you talking about $24. How about $8?
Lord have mercy. Lord have
Why would
mercy.
somebody give somebody $8?
Yes, yes. I mean, I don't see that. I'm not greedy. I don't want no more than what I'm supposed to get.
That's right.
I'm supposed to get something. But I'm just saying, everybody, hamburger $7 where it used to be $3.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, all that kind of stuff. And we as seniors, if we're not suffering now, we're gonna suffer.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
But you know why they when they give you that amount, now the only good thing about it is when they get ready to do something else again, we be in there. We in there. But if we let it go, we won't be in it.
But you know what, ladies and gentlemen,
when
that's
they
why it's
gave us
good.
the extra money, we was in there. You see, now they didn't took it back. Now we're back to normal. But I don't understand it either. But
I'm just saying, the grocery stores, the food is so high. And if you don't know how to fix beans, it's like Miss Dina was saying, if you don't know how to make something, you're gonna be short. If
but
you
you
don't
know
know
what? But you know what? I think they do it two portions. So many people is getting on the system. They running out of money. Like, so they say, well, you know what? We're gonna break this down and we're gonna give everybody this little bit. Because so many people getting on the system, especially them people that's coming over here that need help, and they signing up for food stamps, they sign up for Medicaid and housing and everything.
But you know
so
what?
It's pushing us back, you know.
Yeah, but you know what's good? It's good. This is the time where we as neighbors and women and men of Christ to come together and help each other. Like if you got a neighbor or somebody that's suffering, this is a good time to say, okay, sometimes you may put yourself back and give somebody a loaf of bread or a thing of eggs. It's always good to have a good neighbor or somebody to be kind and be generous to somebody. Because you don't never know what somebody's going through.
And sometimes when somebody asks to borrow or needs something, might come to the door, something you might say, well, I don't have. But you know what? There could be God knocking.
That's right.
And we want to see if you're going to be obedient and is you going to share and give.
Because they say you never know when you're entertaining angels.
That's right. Entertaining angels.
But as you give, you will receive.
That's right.
You put out
the more you give, the more.
Because God can take the little bit you have and multiply it.
That's right.
Yes, that's right.
Things and everything. Yeah.
That's right. Just like the fish and the bread. That's right.
Because I had seen people say, I ain't giving nobody nothing. I ain't giving nobody nothing.
That's right. Never got nothing.
You know what? They're cutting themselves off from blessing.
I'm kind of accused of that. Like I see guys on the street, and again, but some people I do try to help people because I know it's hard.
That's right.
But I have refused men people, and I said, Lord have mercy. I am so sorry I did that. I just don't know. I don't know. I
have something to share with y'all. This is Teresa. I have something to share with y'all as it relates to the food stamps. Food stamps, the amount of money that the government spends on food stamps is directly tied to how much money the government gives to those large farmers that they pay not to grow things. Every time they increase the amount of food stamps that we get, or those who get them, they decrease the amount of money that goes to those people who have those large farms that they pay not to grow. So those people are guilty, and the history buffs, look it up. Those people with those farms, they receive more money if we get less food stamps. That is all it's tied to. It is not tied to how much money is in the pot here, how much money is in the pot there. So they get more money, food stamp people get less. It is legislated in the Congress. That's all I got to say about food stamps.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just saying. It's just funny how the food done went up, and you get $30 or $8 or whatever. What can you buy with? I mean, but my pastor say it's better to be half full than to be less. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna make something out of that. Yeah, I'm not gonna complain. I'm not gonna complain no more.
Yeah. Until at one time the food pantries.
Or that sandwich. You gonna check that sandwich out?
Well,
I always tell God and Jesus, thank you so much for what I got, what He gave me. Because I know eventually, maybe later it'll change, but I just wait for allowing me to have what He gave me.
Okay, everyone, it's past our 12 o'clock hour and we are hoping, I'm looking to see if they're on board. Ms. McCann, are you there?
I was about to message you. They're not here
Howard University, are you here?
Oh, they just came on. Hold on.
They're here?
They just came on. Let me go ahead and make them a co-host, okay?
Go ahead, you will?
Yes.
Go ahead.
I was trying to get on. That's why
Go ahead and unmute, Ms. McCants.
Thank you. Are we ready to get started?
Oh, yes.
All right.
Okay.
So just for a matter of introductions here, I'd like to introduce Tamara McCants. She is from Howard University College of Pharmacy, and she's here to do what is called a brown bag series for the ongoing. She'll be coming on board the first Wednesday of each month for the next 4 months, a series that you will benefit from. We all going to benefit from. So I'd like to introduce to her. Also on the team, tomorrow, I'd like to introduce our 2 support techs. Okay. That is Alex Bell, who you're going to meet right now. That's him. And our other support tech that's actually going to be supporting you as we move forward, Crystal Miller. Are you there, Crystal? Can you please wave?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. Hi,
Crystal. So Crystal.
Hi, everybody. Hey, Teresa.
So tomorrow, Crystal and Alex are your support team here. In fact, it's going to be Crystal.
She's going every first Wednesday and every other Wednesday as well.
Right. So I just want to introduce, the team here. Of course, you've met me virtually, and we are delighted, just delighted to have you on board. I know you've put a lot of work into these series that you're about to present. So we really do appreciate it. And so are many seniors who are now on board. And the numbers usually climb as time goes by. Sure. So right now, we're around. So thank you, Tamara. We're handing the mic over to you at this point.
Thank you so much. I'm glad that those of you that are here are ready and allowing me the opportunity to speak to you. I party with the people that come. So thank you all so much for allowing me to come and speak with you all today. So I want to start off by getting the presentation in the right way. Okay. So as mentioned, my name is Tamara McCants, and I am an assistant clinical professor at Howard University College of Pharmacy. And we are actually very delighted to be partnering with you all to provide this information about digital health and just how to help you all be able to manage your medications better in an electronic platform. So as was mentioned before, this is the first of a 4-part series. And we're going to go ahead and get right in. So today we're just going to talk about basic medication education. So today I'm going to clearly define for you the purpose of medications, discuss how to read prescription labels. I'm going to talk to you about some detailed questions that you should ask before you take a medication. And I'm also going to encourage you to ask questions about any medications, vitamins, and herbal products. So before I get started, how many of you are on medications? You can show me by a raise of hands. All right. And overall, do you feel like you've had a positive experience with your medications or a negative one? I can have 1 or 2 people just share their stories.
Okay, so we have a few hands up. That perhaps which 2 would like to share their story? We're looking for 2 participants to share their story.
And Dennis.
And Dennis, okay. So and Dennis, go ahead. We'll begin with you, and then we'll follow up with this person.
Okay, I had a pretty good experience, except that I had a time with my inhalers this spring because of the everything growing. But my allergist, Dr. Reese at Howard, is got everything under control now, and I'm not off the nebulizer. So I'm taking the Bio and Flovent.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds good. I'm glad that your symptoms are being managed, and that's what it
Yeah,
should
so
be.
yeah, so I feel pretty good about that.
That's exactly how medications are supposed to work.
Yeah.
Diane, do you want to share your story with us with medication, your journey with medications?
Hello. My problems with medication is, when do we get off of it?
Mm-hmm.
Because I've been taking it so long. I mean, at what point, I know this may sound silly, at what point are we okay that we can get off of it?
Mm-hmm. So first of all, there's no question that's a silly question, Diane, and thank you so much for the question. Most medications, especially once you turn 60 and older, once you start on a medication, it's not likely that you're going to be off of it, because the medication basically helps to support your body in your bodily functions. So most of the time for like medications like hypertension medications or cholesterol medications, those are difficult to get off of. But medications that you are able to get off of, most of the time when you show improved numbers over time, is like maybe diabetes medication, or like you're taking more than one medication for high blood pressure, or maybe more than one medication for diabetes. What we can do is what we call de-prescribing, and look at your medication regimen, and if your numbers are good, to begin to take you off of some of the medications. So that's definitely something that, once we take an individual look at your medications to see what recommendations we can make to your doctor. But if medication, you're taking a medication, it's supposed to be working. So like say you took a pain medication because your knee was hurting 3 months ago. If your knee is not hurting anymore, then you shouldn't be on the medication still.
Right, right. I got one other question.
Sure.
One other question. Every time you go to the doctor and something else go wrong, he automatically describes a pill, but he ain't really looked at you or took any tests. So how can he explain to me that? So I refuse to take it, because maybe by the time the next day I feel all right. That's my question.
I'm sorry, Diane, I got cut off for a second. Can you repeat it again one more time?
Yes, my question is, every time you go to the doctor and you're feeling bad, okay, so he decides to give you a pill, and the next day, this pill's supposed to be taken for 10 days. I'm not talking about a pill for an infection, because I know you're supposed to take that until it clears up.
Yeah, that's what I was exactly thinking about. That would have been the case. But what else would it be?
But you're given a pill to take. I have been home to take pills, and the next day I feel fine, so I don't take that pill no more. And why give me a pill and all you did was listen to me talk? You didn't take no blood test. You didn't examine me. You understand what I'm asking?
Yes, I understand completely what you're asking. So,
can you pull up your presentation, Ms. Kantz? It went down.
Sure. So it's difficult and there's only like a few things that I can think of where you could get prescribed a medication for a few days for it to go, and then it will work. So something like for nausea, for vomiting, or like if you're feeling dizzy, pain relief like we talked about, or like an antibiotic. Right. Anything else that's chronic or long-term, you should have you know, some type of diagnosis with it, or somebody look at some type of lab work or something like that. So, you know, we could talk more about it offline, Ms. Diane, so I could get more information. But like I said, sometimes, like, again, if it's like your stomach or dizziness or pain or something like that, then you will be able to, you know, get something short-term for that.
Right.
All right.
Thank you very much for letting me take
welcome.
up your time.
No, it's okay. So Violet and Wilmatine, I don't know if you were going to share something, but I will get back to you in a few minutes because I have some more questions. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right. So what exactly is a drug? A drug or a medication is a substance that's used to treat an illness or to prevent something. So brand name versus generic names. The generic medication is the exact same medication as the brand name drug, but it's just less expensive. So for example, you have Motrin, and that's the same thing as ibuprofen, and Tylenol, that's the same as acetaminophen. But if you're on a medication, it's supposed to either be preventing something or helping you to feel better. So when you get your medication from a pharmacy, I want to encourage you to make sure that you're always reading your prescription labels. So always take your medications as directed by your doctor. So what you and your doctor talked about should look exactly the same as what the label says when you get your medication from a pharmacy. So when you take your medication once a day, Ms. Wilmatine, what does that mean? When should you take it?
I usually take it early in the morning, like the high blood pressure medicine. I take it like 7 o'clock or 7:30, and I stick to the same time with that.
And that's
but pain medicine, I usually end up waiting until the pain comes back, and then I'll take it.
Absolutely.
Usually it's Tylenol arthritis.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for that answer. So yes, for once a day, you take it at the same time every single day. So when you take it at the time that you remember it. So yes, there are some medications that it's better for you to take it in the morning, or it's better for you to take it at night. But what I always tell people is the best time to take a medication is the time that you're going to remember to take it. So once a day, you just take it at the same time every single day. When you're taking a medication twice a day, you should try to separate it between 12 hours. So that means you'll take it 8 in the morning and then 8 in the evening, 7 in the morning and then 7 in the evening, or vice versa. So you have like a 2-hour window in between the time that you're supposed to take it where it'll still be good. But outside of those 2 hours, then you may have some different side effects that you didn't experience before. Okay.
Okay, fix it up.
And as we had talked about before, like with an antibiotic, sometimes the instructions may be until all gone. And so a lot of times when we take antibiotics, we start to feel better within the midway through when we start the medication. But in order for you to make sure you clear up the infection, you take it until it's all gone. And as Ms. Wilmatine mentioned, as needed. So you, especially for pain medication, don't be afraid to take it the way that the doctor said it, and don't be in pain if you're in pain because you're trying to wait it out. If you can take it every 4 to 6 hours as needed, then it's supposed to work the pain is supposed to be relieved at least every 4 hours, or if it's 3 times a day or whatever it is. If you find that you cannot relieve your pain within the amount of time that the doctor told you to take the medication, then that means you should talk to your doctor about giving you a different medication. Does anybody have any questions about how to take your medication?
Yes, I do. One more thing.
Go ahead.
I have a high blood pressure medicine, and on the bottle it says take 2 twice a day.
Yes.
So I don't know if this is right or wrong. So they're the same medicine, so I take them both at the same time. Is that a good idea?
Yes, that is exactly what you're supposed to do. If the instruction says take 2 twice a day, then you're supposed to take 2 pills and take it at the same time twice a day.
Okay.
But if you're not sure about it, then you want to double check with your doctor that that's the dose that you're supposed to be on. And you can also double check with the pharmacy as well.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so then I'm gonna just talk about how to read your prescription labels. So I know this might be kind of small, but there's a couple of things that I want to be able to point out. The first thing is the pharmacy name and address. So you know exactly where you're supposed to get your medications from. And I want to tell everybody, well, let me ask the question first. How many people use more than one pharmacy? Show me by the raise of hands. You use more than one pharmacy.
I use 2. My hand is up already. How do I?
Yep.
I use 2.
Antoinette and Louise, can you tell me why you're using more than one pharmacy?
I use 2 because one I had my medication mailed to me, and the other one I use CVS pharmacy because some of my medications are 30 days, and that's closer to the time that I can use CVS to get that one medication that's 30 days. And my other medications are 90 days, so I get them in the mail. So that's why I have 2.
Okay.
And then I use primarily Washington Hospital Center Pharmacy, but doctor that prescribed 2 medications for me, he said they don't use Washington Hospital Center Pharmacy, so I have to get those from CVS.
Okay.
And I use 2 also. I use one Optimum that mails it in, and I use Safeway up the street for things I need, like antibiotic right away, because I have a UTI situation. So I usually use Safeway for the medicine that I have like 30 days or 10 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you all so much.
You're welcome.
Same reason I have Optimum, and then if I have to have something right away because the mail order takes a while to get it. But I still make sure that I report everything that I'm taking, a list of what I'm taking as far as prescriptions and topicals and vitamins and everything. I make sure that my doctor and the pharmacy know. The only problem is, like now, I take some pain medicine. My doctor doesn't want me to take ibuprofen all the time. They want me to switch up to Tylenol. And the mail order people seem like they don't understand that they'll say they want clarification. And then I have some cream that has diclofenac, that's like Voltaren. And there's reasons why they don't want you to do things like that. I get upset because sometimes the doctors insist on sending it to a pharmacy, and I have to change it up.
Yes. And I'm so glad that we're talking about this because, you know, there's pros and cons for doing mail order and then having a local pharmacy. The first thing that I want to say is that make sure that even if you're having stuff come through mail order, that you have a local pharmacy, one local pharmacy that you are getting your medications from, that you can call somebody on the phone and that you can ask them questions about your medication. Because like somebody mentioned, sometimes when a mail order doesn't get to you when it's supposed to, you may be in a situation where the local pharmacy can help you out. But I am honestly, I'm not, if you have a lot of changes in your medication and you're not quite on the same regimen, if you haven't been on the same regimen for over a year, I would not recommend for you to use a mail order pharmacy. Mail order pharmacy is for people that have gone to, you're on the same medication, been on the same medications, every day for a few years, and you're on the same exact regimen. Because it's difficult to reach a mail order pharmacy. It's difficult for them to know what's going on with your profile. Sometimes difficult for them to reach the doctor, etc. So I just want to emphasize to everyone that's here today, you pick one main local pharmacy that you can get to so that you can have all your prescriptions filled. Sometimes there's insurance companies wants you to use mail order. But if you're getting like a bubble pack or something like that, or some type of special service from the local pharmacy, then you tell them that you don't want to mail order. You want to use your prescription, you want to get your prescriptions from the local pharmacy. But for those of you that's using mail order and mail order is convenient for you, then that's totally fine. But don't let your insurance company or your doctor or anybody force you into mail order. You need to be able to get to a pharmacy so you can ask the questions and call the pharmacist and be able to ask the questions that you have.
My pharmacy periodically does a medication review. And that's why I know about giving them all partly why I know about giving them all the medication, because I had a trouble with the doctor. I started taking a medication, a vitamin CoQ10 on my own. And then when I reported it to him, he said, "Why are you taking that?" I said, "I'm taking it because it's supposed to be, good for my heart." And he said, "Don't take that." So he said, "Don't take that." And he said, "I'm going to test you for cholesterol." He had never done that. He tested me for cholesterol, put me on a statin. I stopped taking the CoQ10. After about a year and a half, I started feeling very weak. I did some research and it said something about statins sometimes affects the CoQ10. So I with a whole lot of problems with that doctor, I changed to a new doctor that does nothing but seniors. Their practice is all seniors. She told me that I could, she says, yes, you take both.
Yes.
But sometimes you have to, all of the pharmacies, you can go in and bring all your medication and vitamins and stuff, because even though it's a vitamin, it can cause a problem.
Yes.
And I hope in the future, you talked about the USP too.
Yes. Okay, I'll keep that in mind for a topic that we could discuss. And I do want to encourage everybody, and thank you for that testimony, Ms. Smith, to use a pharmacy that you can access. Because it's not fair to the pharmacist for you to bring all your medications that's being mailed to you, but then you want to utilize that pharmacist for medication counseling. That's not how it goes. Like if you're gonna use a mail order pharmacy, then know that that's the pharmacy that you're gonna contact for all of your medication needs. And which is why honestly, I'm not really a fan of mail order pharmacy unless you're just on coast and you've been using all your medications for a couple of years, which we do have some people that's on that. All right, so I just quickly want to.
And you can't get your free kits. When I went to one of the pharmacies, I'm not gonna call the name of it, I went to get my free kits to show my Medicare card. They acted like they couldn't help me. I had to call the president of Giant up their office. I didn't get him to find out. All they had to do was to do a profile, even though I hadn't gotten any medicine from them. But because they had one of my medicines that was the antibiotic, I got it from them.
Yes.
But to get the free kits, have it.
And I'm sorry that you experienced that. If you would have came to my pharmacy, I would have known exactly what to do. But yeah, all pharmacies aren't created equal. And I hope that, and I don't mind if you guys talk about pharmacies and call out, like somebody was saying, they go to a physician that treats just seniors. We all deserve the best care, so this is the time for us to talk about who gives you the best care. And so I'm sorry that you experienced that at Giant, but the other thing about going to the pharmacy though, most of the time you're gonna interface with the technician. If you wanna make sure that you're getting everything that you need, you ask to speak to the pharmacist.
Yeah.
You ask to speak to the pharmacist, and then the pharmacist will let you know what they're able to do or not, or they'll refer you back to the technician if the technician knows, but always ask to speak to the pharmacist, always.
Yes.
Okay, so there's a couple more things that's on the label, like the name of the person, instructions how to take it, the name of the drug, how many refills you have, which is very important, when the medication expires, which is this date over here, and when the prescription was filled, and most importantly, the drugstore telephone number. So one thing I want to make sure is that whenever you go to the pharmacy, double check your prescriptions. It's not offensive to the pharmacist. It's okay for you to be. It's just like, when you go order some food and you check your order just to make sure it's right. I want you guys to get in the habit of checking your medications when you go to the pharmacy, just to make sure that you've received everything you are supposed to get.
I have first a question. My name is Pat Lewis.
Okay.
I'm backtracking a little.
Go
When
ahead.
you were talking about taking 2 pills twice a day, how do you do that? Is it every 12 hours?
Yes.
Or do you take 4 pills a day every 12 hours?
So it's 2 pills every 12 hours.
Okay.
Just to make sure, and it's fine. I don't have any problem with anybody backtracking or have any additional questions. That's why I'm here for an hour for every first Wednesday of the month. It's 2 pills every 12 hours.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
My next is just to tell an experience that I have.
Mm-hmm.
All of my medications come through the mail order, come through the mail. However, Walgreens pharmacy is connected with the mail order house.
Mm-hmm.
So if I get a script for, say, an antibiotic, I can go right to Walgreens. They will automatically fill it, and it doesn't have to go through the mail order house. And the next one was regarding the CoQ10. It's been suggested by my doctor to me that CoQ10 should be used when you're taking a statin, because statins leach the CoQ10 out of your system. Your body makes CoQ10, but taking statins will leach that CoQ10 out of your body. That's why he recommended or suggested it was absolutely no problem to take CoQ10 when you were taking a statin.
Mm-hmm. And I agree with that, because some statins, depending on who you are, can cause muscle weakness, and the CoQ10 helps to combat that. But with any medication, with any herbal, with anything over the counter, make sure that you talk to your doctor first before you start taking any medication, your doctor or your pharmacist. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Thank you for your story. All right.
I have a question.
Yes.
I noticed on the label, they had doctor authorization required. And I ran into the problem that I had a refill, didn't know I needed a doctor authorization. I didn't get the medication, and I called and I'm like, you didn't give me one of my medications is not, you didn't give it to me. You didn't tell me anything.
Mm-hmm.
It's not ready. What's going on? Oh, you need a doctor's authorization. But nobody called me to tell me I needed a doctor's authorization or anything. And I'm like, do I need to get another another pharmacist?
One thing I'm gonna keep on saying that all pharmacies aren't created equal, right? But I will say though, it is up to you to keep up with your medications. Most pharmacies are not going to proactively tell you that you need a refill on one of your medications. But if you're getting a bunch of medications or a few medications and you usually get something all at the same time, a proactive pharmacist is going to let you know. They're not even going to fill everything until they get the doctor's authorization, or they're going to call you up and let you know you need a refill. I sent a request to your doctor's office. Do you need to go to the doctor, just to kind of try to figure it out? Because a good pharmacist is going to make sure that you have all your prescriptions for your entire regimen and not just fill one prescription at a time. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Right. So, but that's good that you knew that you knew your
no, I
medications.
didn't know. What happened was when they told me that my prescriptions were ready, this one was missing. And I'm like, one of my prescriptions is not there. What's wrong? Oh, you need a doctor's authorization. I'm like, why didn't you call me and tell me? Why didn't you text me and tell me? Do something.
Yes. You know, and I think that once you communicate with your pharmacist and let them know that, listen, I want to know if I need that when you're filling your prescriptions.
And I did that. And I also found out, like, they had a 6-month one. It ran out Nobody said anything. I didn't know it was a 6 month, but I thought it was a whole year.
Right.
I didn't realize, but I know now how long it is. So I'll keep that. I've pinpointed that as a reminder. In 6 months, my doctor needs to send another doctor's authorization to them for my meds.
Exactly. It's very important. And so like if you fill your prescription 7 days before you run out, your refills is always shown on your prescription label. So you can get ready to, within 7 days, you got 7 pills left. Or after 3 weeks after picking up your medication, you can call the pharmacy or put in your refills and then
but see, those particular ones are like 28-day refills. And I mean 28-day meds, and they don't do refills. But what it is, they don't even put on their doctor authorization required. So I never knew that a doctor authorization was required. So now that I know, and I put down, it's a 6 month authorization. I put down the month, and so I've documented so that 6 months over, authorization is required, and I'll be telling my doctor, hey, my authorization is required next month.
Yes.
You need to put that in.
Yes. If you have 0 refills on your bottle, then know that that means that a doctor's authorization is required. Some pharmacies is gonna say doctor's authorization is required, but know if you have 0 refills or if it's expired. I'm gonna go back to the date again, to the label again. So for the refills, it's gonna, if it says no refills, it may or may not say doctor authorization required, but you know that if it has no refills, that your doctor is gonna have to call in a new prescription.
Right.
Also, if the prescription date down here is past the date, then that's another reason where you know, even if you had refills, that you're gonna have to get a new prescription from the doctor's office. Okay.
I'm confused there.
Okay.
Because see, he had a new script. So I guess I guess it was a different type of authorization because he had a new script, but he still needed a doctor's authorization. So I have no idea. Maybe I need to ask ask my doctor and him what kind of authorization that was, because that was, that was new to me. So I'll ask that question.
Yeah, so what you're talking about, Ms. Harris,
I'm
is
trying to take notes with this. This is real important to me.
What you're probably talking about is what we call a prior authorization.
Okay, yeah.
So a prior authorization doesn't have anything to do with refills. What that means is that the insurance company needs more information before they'll pay for the prescription.
Okay.
So that's probably what it was. If it was a new medication or something that you've had authorization on before, it's a prior authorization. And that's something that the insurance company requires.
All right, thank you.
I have a question.
Yes.
Well, I'm gonna tell you. I take a statin at night. And I want you to explain to me about that QT something you said. What is that and how do you get that?
CoQ10 enzyme. So CoQ10, first of all, the statin at night, that's when you're supposed to take it. That's the best time for your body to get the best relief or to get the best use of the statin is for you to take it at night. But like I said, the best time for you to take a medication is when?
Morning.
No, when you remember to take it.
Oh, when you remember.
The best time to take a medication is when you remember to take it.
Okay, but now that our mind is getting a little, well, my mind, I'll speak, a little confused. If I don't take it at the right time, then I think I haven't taken it, so I might end up taking 2 at the wrong time. So I try to stay on that schedule. Like the nighttime pills, I have it, you give a pill box.
Yes.
You talked about the pill box, and you fill those pill boxes according to morning, noon, evening, and night. So that's how I keep up with that. But this Q2, what is that thing again?
So it's basically like a supplement. It's a vitamin supplement that helps.
So you buy that?
You can purchase it over the counter, but I would not recommend that you start taking it until you talk to your doctor about it. And are you experiencing any muscle weakness or muscle pain?
Yeah, I do, but I thought it was because I'm getting old and I haven't been exercising. That's what I'm thinking.
Well, it might be that too. So you can talk to your doctor about it. Talk to your doctor about it.
Okay, can you spell that for me?
I'm gonna drop it in the chat.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I have one more question. You said the best time to take the statin is at night.
In the evening, yes.
In the evening. Okay, you say in the evening, not at night, just in the evening. Because now I'm taking mine like 2 p.m., but it's better to take it later.
Sure. So let me explain, right? So I always advise people to take a medication around the time that they're doing something else because it's easier for them to remember. Okay. So the best time to take a statin is like right after your evening meal or at bedtime if you don't eat evening meals every night. You know what I mean?
Okay. Bedtime's gonna go.
No later than 8 o'clock. No later
than 8 o'clock. It doesn't matter. As long as you take it every night at the same time.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay. So we got like 20 more minutes left. So I'm gonna try to finish up and then I could take questions at the end. So before you start taking any medication, whether it's a new one or an old one, or if you don't remember, for every single medication that you have, you should know whether or not you can take it with other drugs, if you should avoid certain foods or beverages, if you know how to know if you have the signs of a drug interaction and when you should feel better. Okay. Every medication that you on should make you feel better. If you're on a whole bunch of medications or even 2 medications and you still don't feel better, you should have a conversation with your doctor. There is no point of taking medications unless it's for you to feel better. And I want to make sure that I emphasize that point. So after we get off this call, I want you to go through your list and make sure you can ask these questions. Can I take all these medications together? Should I be avoiding certain foods or beverages? How do I know if I have a drug interaction? And if you can't answer the questions, I am encouraging you to contact your pharmacist.
Okay.
So for drug interactions, this is for anybody that's taking more than 1 medications. So every drug has an interaction with another drug, but it just might not be the drug that you have. And also, even though there may be a drug interaction, the benefit of the drug, it might be something that can be easily managed, or it's something that will go away in the first few weeks. So every now and again, you want your doctor or your pharmacist at least once a year to review all of your medications just to make sure there's no drug interactions. Now, there's some drugs that have food interactions. Some drugs can be harmful if you take it with certain foods or beverages. Is there anybody on the line that has a medication that interacts with grapefruit juice that you know of?
I do.
Yes.
Yes, the statin.
Awesome. I'm just glad that you know. I'm just glad that you know. So it's different for every medication, and you should avoid alcohol and grapefruit juice, generally speaking, and you should be okay. But if you're on like a blood thinner, then there's certain foods that you should avoid as well. So like if you're on a blood thinner, excuse me?
How about sunlight?
Sunlight for like being in the sun while you're on certain medication?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, some medications you are asked to at least make sure you have on a hat or put on sunscreen because some medications do make you more sensitive to the sun.
Yeah, that's true. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
So I want to encourage all of you all, Howard University is partnering with you, the College of Pharmacy, to make sure that you all know your medication. So at some point, we're going to invite you out for a brown bag medication review. Or if anybody has one at your church, or if they have one at the Senior Wellness Center, again, take that opportunity at least once a year to go over all of your medications. And so if they have a brown bag review, you take all your medications, all the over-the-counter medications that's in your house, whether you're taking them or not, all herbal medications, any pill box or anything like that you have, a list of all your doctors and their phone numbers, a list of allergies and any particular foods, and any questions or concerns. And if you could bring somebody with you that takes care of you, then you can bring them too.
Okay.
You have to go with me.
All right, so when would the medication work? Again, if the medication is not working, you don't need to be on it. I know a lot of people that they're taking medications and their blood pressure is still high. You're taking medications, now if you're not taking medication every day, that's a different story. If you're having difficulty remembering when to take your medication, then we can talk about that at another time. I'm talking to the people that are taking their medication every single day as prescribed, and you're still not feeling better.
Going down.
At that point, I need you
Just
to
sit there like you're doing. Let it slowly go down. Then
basically make sure that
eat too fast is gonna do it again. Then you're gonna be like, no, I don't want to eat no more.
Come on.
okay, so then I want you to make sure that your medication is working, that you're feeling better. It's very, very important. So it depends on what you're being treated for, how you will know when a medication is working. So if you're taking high blood pressure medication, then your blood pressure should be going down. If you're taking medication for blood pressure, you should have a home blood pressure monitor at home. All of your insurance pays for it. If you don't have one, go into your pharmacy and tell them that you want one. All of your insurances pay for you to have a home blood pressure monitor. If you're being treated for diabetes, you should know your blood sugar should be going down over time. Test your blood sugar and see if your medication is working. If you're taking your medication every day and your blood sugar is still not going down, then we need to think about some alternate ways. But again, your blood pressure should be working. I definitely want to take about like your mood and pain. And I'm talking about people that may be taking medication for depression, or you might be taking medication for anxiety, or maybe even bipolar disorder or schizophrenia. If you're taking medication for schizophrenia and you used to hear voices, you should no longer be hearing voices when you're taking the right medication. Especially for mental health, I want you to know there is medication out there that works, especially if you take it every single day. And that's the whole point of it. If it's not working, there's too many alternatives out there for you to not be getting something that works for you. So don't be afraid to talk to your doctor about getting something that works for you. Or if you have a medication and you have a whole lot of side effects, so it stops you from taking it every day, talk to your doctor about getting something else, because there's too many medications out here for you to not be getting treated the way that you want to be treated. And that's the same exact thing for pain. Depending on the type of pain that you have, I know there's a lot of information out there about opioids and opioid use disorder and people pain not being treated properly. That's really like a pet peeve of mine. If your pain requires you to be on an opioid, then that's what you need to relieve your pain. Nobody should have to be walking around living in pain. And you make sure that you're working with a pain specialist or a provider that knows what they're doing to be able to treat your pain properly. That's another way that you can talk to the pharmacist too, because we know, depending on what type of pain it is, what type of medication that it needs to be. Like if you have nerve pain
and the shoulder,
then sometimes you're gonna need like a gabapentin or something like that, or Lyrica. If it's nerve pain, you might not need Tylenol or ibuprofen, but a pharmacist will know that. So again, whatever your medication you're taking should help you to feel better. And medication does not work instantly. Pain medication should. You take a pain medication, you should feel that relief within an hour. If you don't, you're not having the right dose or it's not the right medication. Everybody hear me and understand me? Because I know a lot of our seniors sometimes are walking around in pain, and I don't want you to be walking around in pain. And that's what the medication is for. Okay, but for some medications like your blood pressure, diabetes medication, cholesterol, even sometimes the mood disorder, it can take up to 4 weeks for it to really start working. So give it a chance. But again, don't be afraid to talk to your pharmacist about it. Like somebody else had already mentioned, well, how does the doctor know that they're supposed to increase my medication or decrease my medication or whatever the case may be? And that's by taking a lab test. At least once a year, you should be having an annual physical where they take a liver test, a kidney test, they look at your blood pressure, they look at your blood levels to see if you're anemic a lot, and they look at your sugar. Has everybody here taken their annual physical?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh. If you have not, don't feel bad. Just make your appointment before the next time I see you next, the first Wednesday in May. That's my birthday. May is my birthday month too, so I don't want to hear no bad news. I'm gonna be following up with y'all to see if you took your physical. To at least make an appointment.
Can
I have a question.
Can I
Go ahead. Wait, hold on. Let me see. I'm trying to if you have your hand raised, can you please put your hands down? And then if you have a question, put your hand up because it's easier for me to see you at that point.
Well, I was Denise Jackson. I had my hand raised.
Okay, Denise, go ahead. Ms. Jackson.
Yeah, I just wanted to say about the pharmacists. I used to deal with CVS, and I was getting my medication, through the mail, but something had happened and my medication got lost. And when I told them about it, they looked like they put all the weight on me, told me I had to go investigate it and all this and whatever. And I'm like, well, that ain't my problem. Y'all send it to me, and why should I have to do all that? So anyway, make a long story short, I just eliminate them, period. And I started dealing with Grubbs pharmacists. Grubbs pharmacists is very, very good. I have a relationship with them now, and they refill your refills. They call you, ask you want me to deliver your refills, today or tomorrow, or if you get a refill, you can tell them, well, can you bring it to me maybe Friday? Because I'm not going to be home tomorrow. They say, sure. And they'll tell you the times that they come out, and anything like something go with my medication I don't understand, the pharmacist explain it to me, or if I need a refill on something, they contact my doctor and tell them I need a refill on my prescriptions. And I mean, they are really good. And the delivery is free the first time, but then if you had to come back, the same week, they might charge you a little fee to bring it, back out. But I just wanted to share that with you. But Grubbs, that's number one with me. And I had no problem with them, because then they seem like they concerned about us, and that's what I like. I have a relationship with them, and I have no problem with it. And then I wanted to ask you one question, like with Tylenols, I don't know what it is, but it say 500 milligrams, and it say you could take 2, right? But I don't know why I always take 1, because I say that'd be 1,000 milligrams, But I'm wondering, is it okay to take 2 if it say so?
Yes.
Because I didn't know my doctor. She always tell me take Tylenol.
Sure. So so first, let me just say, it's very important for you to have a relationship with a pharmacist. Yes. And you can have that relationship at any store, but if you don't, there's too many pharmacies out here for you to be able to get the best service that you can. And I will say that sometimes the independently owned pharmacists, they have more people or more resources where they're able to provide better care.
Right.
But in reference to the Tylenol, so for Tylenol, the only thing that you want to be careful about for Tylenol is after 2,000 milligrams or 4 other 500 milligram tablets.
Yes.
You start being a little concerned about your kidney. But under no circumstances should you take more than 4,000 milligrams or 8 500 milligram tablets in a day. So yes, you can take 2 500 milligram Tylenols with no problem if that's going to help relieve your pain. Now, if you find that you're having to take that more than, if you find that you're having to take 1,000 milligrams more than twice a day, then you may want to talk to your doctor about giving you a different pain reliever, because then that means that that's not working for you.
Right. Okay. Because I don't know. I just was scared. I was like, I ain't taking all that. I don't know, but I just,
No, as long as you follow the instructions of the bottle, then it's fine. And you, again, always check with the pharmacist.
Okay, got you. Well, thank you. This was very interesting. And
so I have like 7 minutes left, and I think I want to.
Okay.
Let's see. Yeah, I had like 7 slides left, but I think it would be better for me to just take a couple more questions. If anybody had a question that they wanted to ask real quick, and then we could continue the presentation the next Wednesday that we see you guys.
Is Grub Pharmacy local? I'm not familiar with Grub.
Oh, yeah, it's on Good Hope Road.
Yes,
Right.
so
Google it.
Grub.
East Capitol.
They have Grub Southeast and they have Grubs Northeast.
Right.
And those are independently owned pharmacies. We also have Bellevue Pharmacy that's in Southeast DC, but by the Southeast Southwest border off of South Capitol Street. Neighborhood Pharmacy that's in Southeast as well. And if you want a pharmacy recommendation, I'm happy to give you one.
Do you have one in Ward 3?
My hand is up.
On Connecticut Avenue.
Okay, hold on 1 second. Let me look at my hands. Okay, so for Ward 3 off of Connecticut Avenue, I recommend Morgan's Care Pharmacy. Morgan's.
Thank you.
Okay, so for see Portia, do you have a question? Portia Carson. Okay. What about Durban, Washington?
Yeah, good afternoon. Thank you for taking my comment. I have a regular pharmacy, Fort Lincoln Pharmacy, that I've been going to for years.
Northeast,
They've been filling my prescription for Valium for at least 2 years. The last time I went, they told me they could no longer fill that prescription and I should find another pharmacy that will fill it and have that pharmacy to call them and they would transfer the prescription. That was crazy to me and it made me so mad. I've decided what I'll do is find another pharmacy that will fill it and have that other pharmacy to fill all my prescriptions, because I think that was kind of crappy the way they handled it.
Yes, I apologize that that happened like that. Did you speak to the pharmacist? Who told you that?
The pharmacist.
Okay.
And they've been filling that prescription for at least a year. And and this last time they said, well, we won't be able to fill it anymore. And if you should go and find the pharmacy and then have that pharmacist to call me and I will have it transferred. Because I said, do I have to contact my doctor to have them to send the prescription to the new pharmacist? Said, no, have them call us and we'll transfer it. Rather than argue with him, I just said, I'll find a new pharmacist altogether.
Yeah,
but they're convenient because they're right across the street. But I can't.
I really apologize that you experienced that. If the pharmacist was having a concern about the medication, he should have talked to you about it. I mean, I don't know all the details, but there's not ever a reason where I would tell a person that I'm not filling a medication. Now, if somebody's bringing in a controlled substance and they're paying cash for it, or if I feel like they're overusing it, then I'm going to have a conversation. But some pharmacists do not. And so,
what ward you live in? What ward? What ward are you in?
Ward 5.
Yeah, she's in Fort Lincoln. She's Ward 5.
Ward 5.
Could be your insurance.
Yeah, it might be.
It's not my insurance, because my doctor and insurance have worked together to give special permission for me to have it and to have it on a regular basis. I can't get more than 2 refills at a time. I've been through all of that, and this pharmacy has always been filling it. But
well,
this time,
I can tell you can try Grub, what I do, and they deliver. So
yeah,
I heard what you said about Grubs, and I'm gonna contact them. I know where they're located on East Capitol Street.
And Apex delivers too.
Yeah, and Apex is in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Apex is up the block on Benner Road.
Minnesota Avenue.
Yeah. Okay, Miss Dennis, you had a question, and I'll take Miss Massey's questions too before we leave.
I have one comment is why is that stuff so small that you can't read it so you know what you're doing?
On the pill bottle, right?
Yes, I have that problem
it
too.
is because we just trying to keep the label, we trying to fit the label on a pill bottle, but you can always ask for a printout of your information.
Because okay, that's good.
Yeah, you can always ask for a printout on a big piece of paper.
And that's wonderful.
And that's another
print
thing.
out,
If
I get
take
an
my
email, I get a text.
Is looking different from the last time, I'll call them real quick, say, hey, this medicine don't look like last time.
Yeah.
And then they'll look it up. They say, oh, that's a new brand.
Yeah.
Sometimes they'll put it on the bottle that this is a new, brand.
Yeah, they can't give me nothing new unless my doctor says so.
Yeah.
Sometimes they deal with different brands, so it'll be the same medicine, but
different
with the prescription, something that has pictures and a description, so you know it's different. Yeah. I want to at Howard. All my doctors at Howard, and every medication that you're taking is on your record. And if they pull up the record of your primary doctor, all your medications are listed, and they won't prescribe anything that will interfere with the other. So I have to give you all a lot of credit.
Thank you. Yes, we try our best. All right, and I'm going to take this one last question from Greer Massey. I'm sorry, I'm going to
Okay.
yes.
Okay. Thank you so much. Everything's been very, very informative, but my concern is the statins with the grapefruit. I love grapefruits, the pink grapefruit, and someone just gave me 5 the other day, and I haven't eaten one of them because I want to, and I'm so glad that you're on. Can you just give me a little bearings on what that's all?
Yeah, so if you any drug interaction and even any drug interaction can be resolved if you take it within 2 hours. So if you take your statin, when do you usually take your statin?
I had been taking it in the morning, but I was busy yesterday and I didn't, and I took it last night, and I think I slept better as a result of taking it last night.
And you're supposed to take it at night. It's going to have a better effect that night. So if you take it at night, I was
glad to hear you say that earlier.
Yeah. So when you take it at night, that also gives your digestive system a chance for you to fully clear it. So then you can enjoy your grapefruit, I would say between like in the morning and until like 2:00 p.m. And take your statin like about 8 o'clock at night, just to make sure.
Okay.
And it's actually more the grapefruit juice than the actual grapefruit. But yeah, you can enjoy your grapefruit, especially if you're going to take it at night.
All right. Well, thank you so much. This is quite timely.
Okay. Well, I thank you all so much for being here today. I hope to see you guys on Wednesday. I think next time we come, it'll be Wednesday, May 3rd. And it will probably be one of my students presenting, but I'll be here to back up and answer any questions that they may have.
All right,
but I really enjoyed you guys. Thank you so much for being
Oh,
engaged and for all your questions.
Thank you for all the information.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Very much so.
Have a great day.
All right, y'all have a good one. Bye-bye.
You too. Your devices and say goodbye to Miss McCants, everyone.
Miss McCants.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank
you.
Thank you. Thank you.
That was interesting.
Yes.
Very good.
Yes,
that was
we'll have
really-
her on
that
next
was
next
very
month,
good.
the first week of Wednesday. So
Yeah,
just
help you to know how to deal with your
keep your
medicine.
calendars ready.
That was great.
Bye, Alex.
Thank
All right,
you.
thank
Really
you.
good.
Yes,
you. Great day,
we will
everyone.
be back on at 1:30 for module 5. So again, everyone, please come on for module 5. I think everyone will enjoy the new presentation. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Alex.
Just stay on. We'll be on. Just stay on the Zoom meeting. Do what you got to do. Get your drink. Get your something to eat. Use the restroom. Things of that nature. So just hop back on. We'll be on at 1:30.
Okay, Alex. Thank you. See you then.
Thank you, Alex.
I'm gonna stay on.
I gotta go.
Hey, Ann.
Hey,
Hi,
hey,
Ann.
Greer, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Well, I thought I was going to miss this, but just so happened that the lady is getting ready to leave now. She was glad to listen to the pharmacy thing, and it gave us a big intervention. So thank you. I think okay. Yes, so it was very interesting.
Yeah, it was good.
And I was glad to know that I found out. I knew that they were doing it, but I wasn't sure if they had to go to the doctor's thing. But I found out that it's in your file. So if you go to your primary doctor, that listing all your medicines and everything. And I changed. I had a funny story. I'm allergic to aspirin, and I bought some. My aide bought me some aspirin cream. I forgot that it had aspirin in it.
Oh my gosh.
And I rubbed it on my knee, and my knee started swelling, and my hand was itching, and oh, girl, it was terrible.
Oh my.
And I wound up in the emergency room because we didn't know what was going on. And he said, are you allergic to aspirin? And I said, yeah, I never take aspirin. He said, duh.
Oh
and
my God.
like, I felt real stupid. But I never, something like that. I never, so now I read everything that I'm going to put on my body, especially pain relievers.
Right.
I read to make sure that there is not, but I just didn't think about it.
Yeah, you got to be on top of everything now, for real.
I'll tell you, honey. So what you been doing today?
Today, I've been on this all day. We already this is addictive.
I know. I had to get off of. I had to get off for a while because the priest came. As soon as the priest left, he came and bought me communion. And as soon as he left, and the other lady came, and so I said, well, I really wanted to get on and hear about these drugs, interactives and whatever. And she said, oh, that sounds interesting. So I set her up to get my iPad off the bed. So we sat down, and I said, well, let's just go up. So she came up with me, and we were listening. So she said, that's a good program. I said, yeah, they introduce us to a lot of stuff.
They truly do. They truly do. I was so glad to know about this grapefruit because somebody had just given to me 2 days ago. And I still have it on my counter trying to figure out, now what am I doing? I'm going to turn around, and I already told my daughter about them, but I did want at least a couple of them, Now,
but you know what, Gray, I meant to ask her about it maybe the next time. I talked to a pharmacist about that and my doctor. They say you can have that grapefruit, but you have to have it 2 hours before you take your medicine.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Or 2 hours after your medicine.
Right.
That's what she was saying.
No. Then you can have it.
No.
Well, that's what my doctor said too.
But no, Thelma, it's not that they don't want you to have it, but they want your medicine to work first. And
I was told in 1980 when I first started taking pressure pill, I could not have it. And I took the weakest one that they gave me, and I'm on a mild one now, and I still can't have no because I love pink grapefruit.
I do too.
Yeah, I can't do the juice neither. And I gotta be careful if I buy juice to say it has grapefruit juice, orange juice, or whatever in it too. I gotta be careful of that.
But if your medication,
my medication is like a part blood thinner, and then the grapefruit juice gonna thin my blood too. I can't do with so much vinegar because vinegar's a blood thinner.
Right.
You gotta, go back to. I went back to on my phone, on my tab, everything about my life, my medical life is on my phone. All I got to do is push one button, boom, there come my doctor, last drug test, last urine, last time, hospital, last time. Whatever happened to me is all on here. I just got me 5 reminders. I got 5 prescriptions that's ready. I do online and the pharmacy.
Yep.
If online be too late, then I call the pharmacy. That I have something I can go pick it up. At all, but you can make it better. But you get back to your doctor. If you got a doctor, you can't communicate with email or group text. There's something is wrong because all of them is into that now.
Wait a minute, we didn't get this old and not be able to communicate with our doctor.
I mean, you know, to go through.
They're there
No,
to listen to us.
Excuse me.
They're there to listen to us.
Excuse me. I mean like this. What we're going through now, the pandemic, is hard for us to go down there to them. So we should be able to email them about any questions we had.
Oh
or
yeah,
either
well,
go
we
on
do that.
Zoom and
We do
talk to
that.
them.
We
You
do
see
that.
what I'm saying?
We do
Yeah.
that.
You know,
My
anytime
doctor
you have a
do,
question, that's
Well,
what I'm
someone
talking
had
about.
just given me all these grapefruit, and I'm trying.
And you know what she said? Grapefruit juice more so instead of the grapefruit. I don't eat grapefruit juice or grapefruit
Who
at
sells
all.
pure grapefruit juice?
I got it at the store, Dara.
Which
you
one
can
is
buy
pure?
grapefruit juice.
I'm still trying to find pure cranberry
No, I'm
juice.
saying she said, well, when you take a statin, it says on your medication to avoid grapefruit juice.
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. It says to
So
avoid it.
they had just given it to me, and I knew something about the grapefruit and the medication and what have you. And this was just a reminder since she was right here. I said, well, let me ask her, bring it back to my remembrance.
Yes.
Yeah, but I discussed all that with my doctor. But with her knowing that, and then just so happened, I took my statin last night as opposed to today. And so that's wonderful. I'm going to continue because I slept better, I think, last night as a result of that. And I'm going to continue to do that. And then I'm going to have my grapefruit later on.
All right. Now,
That's
you know
it.
what? I like grapefruit, but I like a whole lot of sugar on it.
There you go.
With the pink, I don't need that sugar. I just the pink grapefruit without the sugar.
Yeah, pink grapefruit.
Yeah, because the cement is already sweet.
Yeah.
No, that's bitter. It needs some sugar.
The white is bitter.
That's a white
Well,
one.
that pink is sweet.
I don't even like the
Red
white.
don't need no sugar.
But ain't that
Sweet,
something how fruit can take over your medication if you know eat it with that's crazy.
That's same if you have blood pressure and you on a pressure pill and you got limited salt and you keep eating salt, you ain't gonna get no better. It's gonna make it worse.
Yeah.
You eat saltine crackers and still gonna make it worse. It got salt.
Yeah,
You
you're
see what I'm
right.
saying?
Right. Yeah, that's
I used to
crazy.
think I could have a little bit of salt. A pinch of salt is worse than a tablespoon. I said, huh?
That's crazy.
And see, I have it because hereditary in my family, so it's gonna always be with me. So I've been got me a free this is my third pressure machine I got from Kaiser. I usually renew it. I was doing it every year. So Miss Judge, you don't need a new one every year.
I did not know insurance paid for blood pressure machine.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
I didn't know it either.
Oh yeah, they pay for all that stuff now.
That's part of that home care program where they try to
If
teach
you
us
have
people to
United
take care
Healthcare,
of
yeah, you got a book.
Yeah.
I don't have United Healthcare.
Blood pressure machine.
I just have Medicaid and
They
Medicare.
never offered me a blood pressure machine.
No, it's in the book. You get the magazine, the book with all of the
right.
Kaiser? Under Kaiser?
Oh no,
No, me and my doctor talked about
Kaiser.
No, United Healthcare give it to us.
Oh, okay. So that's not under Medicaid, Medicare.
Brenda.
But it's like a expired.
When I first started getting my doctor recommended me to have one.
It's
He gave me a
expired date
prescription
on
to
the
go around the
box
pharmacy and
too,
get it.
Selma. It's expired date on the box too.
Oh yeah, I wasn't thinking about that.
But I know me.
Expired date on what
I
box?
need a new one. I
On your pressure.
Expired date on what box?
On your pressure.
Expired date on
blood
what box?
pressure boxes and
I did not know that.
Your
It's supposed to be
thermometer
expired date on everything we use.
Your digital
I
thermometer.
know, but I didn't think in terms of a blood pressure cup. Oh my God. I did not know that.
Yeah, because sometimes people have made 5-6 years. You know,
That's
you
me.
need a new one by then.
That's me. Well,
But
what
I
I was
used to
doing was
ask for
adding
one
new
every year
batteries.
too. They be Miss
Oh,
Jackson,
God,
you
me,
need another one. They say you don't
I
need
know
another.
that.
So you have United Healthcare. You have United Healthcare where you were asking every year.
Oh no, I have
So does Medicaid and Medicare pay for blood pressure cup?
But you know what?
I don't know. I know
But
that.
you know what?
that
Some of these, you know, you can get some free ones also. You look on
Tell me where.
on that government DACO. I mean, with the government part, Department of
Right,
Age and
right,
stuff, they have
right.
stuff on there like they give you free blood pressure cups and you need diabetic machines and some things you can get free. But
I'm gonna
I
sure
don't
be
know if
looking for that blood
do
pressure cup.
you have that book, Miss Teresa
Yes, I
told
have
us?
it, and I have it on the iPad too. I'm gonna look for it.
Yeah, look in there and see, because some people do offer, they'll give them to you free.
Medicare too.
Huh?
Some of the things Medicare you can get through Medicare too with the
Oh yeah, definitely.
with the diabetic
Oh, I have
supplies.
Medicare. I have Medicare.
Check with your Medicare.
All right.
Yeah, because that's something important, that we need to have.
Yeah.
So a lot of people offer they'll give it to you free or through your insurance, what type of insurance you have.
Oh, which one
Oh,
is
that's
better, the wrist one or the cup one for your arm?
The cup, well, I like the
Because
cup.
I have the wrist one.
I have
both.
You
I had
do.
two of the
I
wrist
have
one.
both of them too.
I don't
Brenda.
like the wrist one. I don't like the wrist one,
Okay.
but
I know.
I
I
like
usually
the
use the
cup.
cup one.
Oh,
Because
okay.
I don't think the wrist one is accurate as the cup.
They
But
use too many batteries
The
too.
wrist one is just like if you go to a CVS and they got that
yeah, you
machine
stick
put
your
your arm
arm in.
and it'll do it like that.
Yeah. But
Oh.
but
I
some
think it's a good
but
thing.
the ones I
It's a good
got,
thing.
it uses batteries and electric.
Yeah.
I got one that does by battery and electric.
Yeah,
Battery and electric.
Plug in the wall. If you don't have no batteries.
Yeah.
But right now I'm using off the batteries. But if the batteries go, then I don't have any more batteries. I plug it in the wall.
Okay.
So I got
It's a
two
good
in
thing
one.
I ain't young and ghetto, because I sure wanted to go to that pharmacist and cuss them out. I mean cuss them out. How dare you be sending me around? I never heard of such.
I wanted to ask y'all, have y'all tried the Popeyes strawberry biscuits?
No.
Hey,
I didn't know
so
they had
good.
strawberry
My
biscuits.
granddaughter ordered some yesterday. Oh, they have a little ice on. They put them in the cup, like the mashed potatoes and them come in. They put them in their own cup, and they very soft. They don't taste like the biscuits that they cook. And they nice and soft, and they have little strawberry pieces in the middle of the biscuits, and they have a little white icing on top. They real good. They very soft. They not sweet. They're not real sweet either. Yeah. I guess it's a limited time.
Can't do it.
But they very good if y'all try it. Those who would like to try it. Yeah, we had some yesterday. It was good. Tasted better than the biscuit that they give you. I'm like, wow. Nice and soft and moist. Yeah, and it wasn't real sweet. I say, all right now. But I think it's a limited time. And another thing, have y'all seen this new well, I was looking at something on Instagram, something, and they had this when you have pain or something, it has cabbage. You cut the cabbage in half, you steam it a little bit, and then you take and put it on wherever you have pain, and you saran wrap around it and let it sit there
You
for a
say
while.
cabbage?
Yeah, cabbage.
Cabbage?
And then some lady said,
Do it help for cramp?
yeah,
Hey,
say help
Denise,
the
do it
pain.
help for cramp?
Wow.
I think it might do, Brenda.
I'm talking about leg and thigh cramp.
Yeah, that's it might do, because the
Well, I'm
ladies
gonna
say
try
they
that
use
one.
it.
I'm gonna wrap it
The
around
ladies
my
say they use it for the breast milk, to dry the breast milk up. And some people had comments. They say this is an old remedy that my grandmother used to use back in the days. They say it really does work. I say, shoot, I'm gonna try that. Yeah, cabbage. If you look it up, you might see what it say. Look up, say cabbage for pain, something like
Cabbage for pain. Now, Denise, I got a head of cabbage in my refrigerator right now.
Yeah.
Go cook
So,
that.
Hey, Brenda,
but you don't.
I'm gonna try that one.
Dinner.
But you don't cook it all way. You just kind of like steam a little. I guess get it
A little bit.
a little soft.
I know, but I just got a little head and I can't cut it in half and put it on my clamp and cook
I
the
know
rest.
that's right, Brenda. Yeah, it probably will draw all that out.
Okay.
It's like a drawer, I guess. But when I seen it, I say, oh wow, really? And people was commenting on it, say, yeah, they used it and their grandmother used it. They say back in the days, yeah. See, we don't know about all these little home remedy stuff. And we be taking all these.
I know if you wrap an onion, if you got a fever, we used to put the onion in the baby's sock. And to take the fever out.
I know my mother used to wrap it
Indian
around
remedy.
my mother used to wrap it around my neck when I had tonsil problems to draw all that, information out. She'll wrap that, and I had a fever. She'll wrap the onion around my neck. She'll stick it in the stocking, and then wrap it around my neck. Draw all that fever and stuff out, and then from my tonsil.
Yeah, my
Yeah,
son
them
told me
onion
one night,
works.
he said, Mama, the baby got a fever. I said, you got an onion? He said, yeah. Oh, I forgot. Yep. He said, now my baby be smelling like a salad. I said, well, would you rather your baby smell like a salad, or would you rather your baby didn't have a fever?
That's right. It do draw.
If she smell like a salad, you can always use some soap and water.
Exactly, but it draw that fever out.
And you know what? My grandmother, she used to make onion syrup. When we had a cold, cut that phlegm out your chest.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, right on, honey.
Yeah,
Grandma
you know what
did
I'm talking about, Brenda?
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, Grandma.
That's why they
What did she put with the onion to make it a syrup? What did she put with the onion?
Put some sugar with it. Cut the onion up, put it in a jar, and put sugar in it, and just the juice off of the onion. That's what you would take, and you can take as much as you like. I mean, because it's just an onion, so not like medication where you're restricted on taking maybe 2 tablespoons or whatever. So yeah.
I'm gonna try that with my husband because he has that mucus issue. He's on those things. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, Grandma made that onion syrup.
Yeah.
And I tell you, another one is lemon juice and lemon juice, a piece of garlic, and a tablespoon of honey, and a tablespoon of vinegar. And lemon juice. My grandmother used to drink that every morning. She lived to be 100 years old.
Wow. Okay. Really? Wow. I know. See, you know what? They do have doctors that do, doctors that's into herbs and different things and stuff like that. I forgot they call herbal doctors or something. Instead of we taking all our medications, you can treat things with, like we saying, home remedy stuff like we talking about now. And it helps more than we keep taking all this medication. Or you got a fever, okay, take that, get it to the child, give them some time or give them
Alex just put holistic doctors. Alex just put holistic doctors.
Yeah, there you go. There you go, Alex. Yep. There you go.
Thank you, Alex.
Yeah, thank you.
No, that was Miss Crystal. She wrote that.
No, that was Alex Bell.
Alex. Said Alex.
Yeah.
Okay, I see her name, Crystal Miller, to everyone. Holistic doctors. So maybe Alex is under her.
Yeah, he just flashed it on there.
Right, we're signed in under the same account, so our names probably.
Okay.
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 All right.
So thank you. Yeah, that's So we could learn a lot. But I know back in the days we used to have to take all that medicine for this, that. Our parents or grandparents say, hey, I got something for you. And we be a girl and boy.
My grandmother, my other grandmother, she had grandparents that were Indians too. And she said she didn't take no medicine until she got old. And she said that she was, she lived to be a ripe old age too. She lived to be almost 100.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of these herbs are high too.
Yeah.
So you have to check around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Reasonable.
Well, everything is high. I mean, I've been looking for some lemon pepper. McCormick is the one that I know that sells out of Falcon. And I buy the garlic powder instead of the.
Yeah, I use garlic powder too.
I like Miss Dash has lemon pepper, no salt. So do McCormick, but
Not either. That hasn't been on the shelf for a while.
they can't keep it. Everybody buy it up real quick. But I know like Amazon, sometimes they have it. Amazon.
Maybe I'm at the store at the wrong
Breaking up, Ann.
First
like
of
a
all,
robot.
I don't go that often.
You breaking up, Ann.
I don't know what's going on with this crazy thing.
Can't hear you. You maybe have to move to another spot.
Yeah, because you sound like a robot.
I know.
Y'all, you know what? I've been looking at this site called Ghosts of DC. I don't know if y'all heard of it. And they show,
what is it?
Called Ghosts of DC. And they show a lot of old properties in DC, like in the early 1900s, the 1800s. And I came across this house right here at 11th and D Streets Northeast. The house looked like a castle. It's like 3 stories. And they were telling about the rent back in 1909. It was amazing. The first floor consisted of 5 rooms, and the rent was $22.50.
Wow.
And then the second floor had 5 rooms with the attic, and that was $22.50 a month. And then the total yearly rent was $540. I wish I could pay $540 for my rent for a year.
Yeah.
But I thought that was so interesting, so amazing to see those prices.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Miss B.
But you know, some years back ago, Brenda, people was purchasing them abandoned houses and fixing them up, because they was you could buy them little or nothing.
Dirt cheap.
Fixing them up.
That's right.
And now they
building is
look
still
so
there.
pretty.
Yeah.
Oh,
that building is still there, and it's still basically the same.
I'm trying to place an order. Set it to
wow. I need to look that up. Look at some of the
it's called Ghosts of D. Thelma, mute yourself. Thelma. Thelma. We can hear you, Thelma. Thank you. But it's called Ghosts of DC, and they show a lot of old buildings. They showed
put it in the chat. Put it in the chat, Brenda, so I can
okay.
take a picture so I won't forget.
Yeah, it is so interesting. They showing all the old properties. They showed the Capitol before. Down there, it was in an alley, and they showed these Black people. It's real interesting. I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
around here, so I'm gonna have to check.
I like to look at that.
Open the door.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I look at how much.
You what?
I look at how much people paid to move in the River Terrace back in the 50s, and when the white people were running out of here like crazy and was stupid, and they're gonna have $500,000. Seen how much my property is worth. Of course, I've made some add-ons and made some different configurations, but it's basically the same place. And at least I'm not worried with these new houses that they spending all this money on. My girlfriend was living out there when they had the tornado came through.
And you breaking
and
up.
blew the side of her house off, and she $1 to buy. Can you hear me better now? No? I guess I'm gonna be quiet. Okay.
Oh, okay. Let's see.
Class was good last night, y'all.
I got to learn how.
What was that?
The class was good last night.
Oh yeah, it was.
Uh-huh.
I am so sorry I missed it.
In my house.
Oh, yeah. Everybody behaved very well.
Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, everybody.
Good
afternoon. Hi, Brenda. How y'all doing?
Good. Thanks for asking. We'll be starting in around 2 minutes or so. So I know we have a lot to go over today. We have the library folks on today, and we have the rest of module 5. So we'll be starting as soon as 1:30 hits. And I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. I hope you enjoyed today's lunch club. That was very informative from
very.
They'll be on next month and the first Wednesday of that month. And then yeah, we have tomorrow and Thursday. Tomorrow we have that movie of the month. So 6 o'clock, please join if you're able to. Of course, we have the lunch club, and then we have Cyber Senior talking about smart home technology at 1:30 p.m. tomorrow.
Okay.
All right.
Yes.
Yeah, just everyone make sure, you know, if you got your name in, that's great. Just hit participants, just check. But if just everyone, please make sure you have your first and last name. We want to make sure that we give credit to the correct people that attended. So just please make sure your first and last name is showing. Thank you so much.
Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries offers free design services.
Don't do this to me.
And the TVs as well, please. All TVs and all cell phones, please silence them or turn them off, please. Thank you so much.
Lazy Boy Super Saturday Sale. This Saturday only. You can save 30% on everything in the store.
Again, please mute your TVs, please. Thank you so much. We just want everyone to be able to hear as effectively, and we, you know, that way we don't have to repeat ourselves, and that way we can just get the information across and have a smooth session.
Oh, I don't see it, Brenda.
I just sent it to you. I couldn't find.
Oh, you sent it to me. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I couldn't find the everybody thing. What? I don't know what I did, but I sent it to you.
Okay, thank you.
Brenda, where's that sweet little baby boy at?
He's around here somewhere. I have to find him sometime myself.
Oh, okay. He's a precious little thing.
Hey, Naeem, bring me the baby.
Let me see him. Oh.
Naeem.
Oh, it's on here, Brenda, for everybody.
Oh, look, everyone.
Look at his mouth.
Look
his mouth.
He is so big.
Say hi, everybody, Mama.
Big. Look at that.
Oh. He just got through eating.
He is.
Hey, baby, you eating?
Not a care in the world.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Do y'all remember when? We didn't have a care in the world.
I'm telling you.
That was long. That was a long time ago.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
He get ready to be part of the Zoom class.
Long ago.
He get ready to be part of the Zoom class.
I'm telling you.
The first.
Our youngest member.
Hello.
Yep.
Our youngest member. Yeah, I like that.
All right.
Brenda, give him a kiss for me.
I'm not playing.
Okay.
Hello, everyone. We have our guest on for today. We want to be able to start and get everyone situated. So, Teresa, go ahead and start us off.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Hope you're having a
afternoon.
day. We had a long day today. We started since 10:30 today.
Yes, yes.
I'm 10:30.
Non-stop.
For those of you who have been participating, thank you for being on board. So we have a two-part series this afternoon. Of course, Module 5, it consists of the library apps.
as well as the other parts of the module 5. As you can, is my screen visible?
Yes, Teresa.
Yes.
It is, okay. But wait a minute, why it's not showing on my part? Can you believe it's not showing on my part? Hold on, something is going on here. I might have to do a little swapping because.
No, I mean, it was, you had it up.
No, but it's not visible on my side.
Wow.
It's visible, yes, but not.
Try again, and then if you can move it.
I'm going to try again. I'm going to stop sharing and then start up again because it's not visible on my, even though I'm sharing it, it's not visible. I can't see it. So, hi, Jordan.
Hello.
How are you, Jordan? Nice to have you on board as usual. Good to see you.
Good.
Hey, Jordan, nice to see you.
So, Jordan, is my screen visible now?
No, you're not sharing at all, Teresa.
I'm not. So this is what I don't understand. But it's showing as if it is. So
no, you're not sharing at all. You gotta hit
so let me
screen.
get my technology together. Stop sharing. Wait a minute. Do I have any? What's my privilege?
No,
okay.
you were just doing it. Make sure you're on the right device.
Yeah, but the thing is, let's see.
Here, let me do this.
Hold on. I've got to do some shuffling around here.
Try again, Teresa. I just took back and gave you back the
isn't right here. Just give me 1 second. Let me showing.
Again, while Teresa gets
okay, so
yes, go.
It's visible on your end, but it's not.
Yes, we see you're on your desktop. We don't see the presentation.
Who's that?
Me, Teresa.
You.
Yeah, we don't. You just you're scrolling something on the left, and then you moved it.
It's because. Let me try again. Okay, and let me try over here now and see what happens. Stop screen. I'm going to try it one more time. So let's bring my. But you see, here it is. You can see it now, right?
It just says you have started screen sharing. Double click to enter full screen mode.
I don't see none but Alex.
It was just working the first time, so just try one more time.
And I don't see anything. Oh, this is Alex.
Alex.
Yeah, sorry, Jordan. Teresa was having technical difficulties, so I'm gonna go ahead and start the session today, and then we'll get you on, Jordan. Okay. So we're sorry about the inconvenience.
No, it's fine. I was just making sure. I was like, should I just get started on my portions since I normally go first?
Okay. We have a slide dedicated to you, so you want to get started, and then we can start up. So just give me 1 second. I'm putting my iPad together.
Okay.
Can you hear me, Jordan?
I can hear you.
Okay, cool. Just let me go ahead and pull up today's presentation. This happens sometime in the tech world. Things
try to take apps and the apps don't want to work, or the videos don't want to play.
Okay, you can see the screen, right, Jordan?
Yes.
Okay, great. So today we'll be going over Module 5, which consists of the library apps. So we have Jordan on to go over some of those, or spotlight a few of them, or talk about other things regarding the use of public library. We're also going to be covering the control center, how to use your iPad keyboard, how to cut, copy, and select text, and and some general security tips. So we're going to go over all of that during this session today. So again, disclaimer, housekeeping, all the apps, control center, and other things as well. So of course, the WellTech Senior iPad program, its owners and its presenters offer technical assistance, virtual health, well-being information designed for educational purposes only. You should not rely on the information in any applications or topics made by WildTech, including but not limited to mobile and device applications and any social media pages maintained by WildTech, its owners, its presenters, as a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, treatment, or legal advice. This program provides you, if we have any newcomers, I think I saw about 2 or 3 or so that may have not attended in a while, or just would like a refresher. This program provides you 1 iPad on loan until you complete the requirements, which we'll go over. The cellular data, which allows you to use your iPad outside, inside your home by the Department of Aging, and you have access to the individual telephone training, online group training, face-to-face library training, and tech support as needed. To participate in the program, of course, you must remain in sole possession of your iPad. Only you should be in possession and use of your iPad. This program is meant for seniors, so it has to be you, the one that uses the device. And you must also participate in a one-on-one training, virtually or in person, to set up your Apple ID, to show you how to enter these sessions, how to use Zoom, email, some basics, and you learn more when you actually attend the sessions. You must participate in at least 6 free tech trainings over Zoom held throughout the year. So those are these afternoon sessions, Monday through Friday at 1:30. If you attend an afternoon session, you will receive credit for attending as long as your first name are showing. And last but not least, you must respond to the midterm survey that will be emailed to you. So it just takes about 10 to 15 minutes to complete. And once you do that, the iPad is officially yours. Additionally, you must utilize the iPad at least 3 days per week and read the occasional emails and text messages we send to you and respond when needed. Again, the midterm survey has been emailed to all participants who have had their iPads for at least 3 months. If you have been in the program since September 1st or earlier of last year, please check your email and complete this survey. If you have any questions, please call our help desk or email the survey email, survey@wildtech.org. If you joined from December onward, like you actually received your iPad after December 1st, then you will, every one of those who applied to will be sent out very, very soon. So just be on the worry and check your email for that. Again, these are our WildTech emails if you ever need any assistance with something. So if you need assistance with your attendance, how many classes, if you completed that requirement, please email attendance@wildtech.org. If you need assistance with the midterm survey, please email survey@wildtech.org. If you'd like a library training, please email library@wildtech.org or call the help desk number at those hours in the number listed. And you can call our help desk if you just need any general assistance. Again, 202-800-6868, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. If they do not answer, please leave a voicemail. They'll get back to you within a business day. So these are our upcoming library trainings. So if you need in-person assistance with something, and maybe you just want to, get out the house, or just, see the other seniors in the program in person, that's when you can come to the library. So the next 4 upcoming trainings One is tomorrow at Francis Gregory, 3660 Alabama Avenue from 1:30 to 4:30. On Monday, April 10th, we'll be at Tacoma, 416 Cedar Street Northwest from 12:30 to 3:30. On Tuesday, April 11th, I'll be at Southeast Library, 437th Street Southeast from 12:30 to 3:30. And then on Wednesday, April 12th of next week, we'll be at Northeast Library, 337th Street Northeast from 12:30 to 3:30. So again, if you'd like to join the library, please either email us at library@wildtech.org or call the help desk at 202-800-6868. Please show your screen name if you wish to receive credit for this class. If you're showing as iPad or Zoom user or just first name, we do not know who you are. So it's really important that you show your first and last name to receive credit. So in order to do that, please tap participants at the top using that navigation bar. Then you tap on whatever it is, iPad, Zoom user, then me. You tap on that area, just like you see in the picture on the right. And then you tap rename, and then make sure your first and last name are entered, and then you hit done. So just please remember that for future sessions to see if your name is showing. To keep meetings organized and avoid talking over each other, we will ask you that you use the raise hand feature because there are now 83 of us on the call. We are not able to individually see if you actually physically, literally have your hand raised. So it's really important that you know to use this feature to ask a question. You hit more at the top right, and then you hit raise hand to be able to ask your question. So after Jordan is complete with his session today, please raise your hand to ask a question. Thank you so much.
I'm already here.
Next up, we will be having Jordan talk about the DCPL apps. So as you can see, these are all of the apps from DC Public Library. So I'll keep this up until you want to share your screen, Jordan. You can just tell them which ones we'll be going over today. So I will give the floor to you.
Thank you so much. So I'm going to actually say hi, then we turn off my video so I can access the iPad in a better way. Today we will speak on the DCPL app, but we're going to focus today on Frigo, Mango languages, and LinkedIn Learning. All right, I'm going to start sharing my screen.
Great. I'm going to go ahead and mute everyone. Okay, Jordan?
Awesome. Okay. Can you see my screen? Alex, can you let me know if you
we can.
Okay. Thank you so much. Okay. So if you have questions while I'm going through the presentation, feel free to put those in the chat. If not, you can wait to the end to raise your hand. We're going to go through a lot of information that some of you probably have heard. So it might be new to some. And so if you do have questions, again, we're going to say those to the end. I'm going to start again with the DC Public Library app. It has all the information that you will need about the library, programs, activities, books, all of that will be available here. If you do not have a library card, you're able to get one as well. Those are good for 90 days. What I want to bring your attention to is on the right-hand side of your screen, you'll see digital resources. We'll click all digital resources. And this has access to all the apps and databases that the library has to offer. But we're going to focus on 3 of those today.
Teresa, did we lose Jordan?
It seems like we did. It seems like we did.
I think we were away from. I think Diamond is on as well.
Diamond, is Diamond there? Diamond, are you there? Go ahead and see if you find her and give her permission to unmute. Diamond is the co-host now. Okay.
Hi, everyone. I am still here, but I don't have the presentation up. I will contact Jordan just to check on him and also just to tune him back in. Okay.
Well, what we'll do meanwhile is that we'll continue on with our modules and until Jordan is ready to come back on. Okay. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes, you're good to go, Teresa.
All right, so as you could see, we're looking at module 5 today. He's covered most of the housekeeping part of it. So let's go to DC apps. So the second part we're going to look at is the control center of the iPad. It says how to access, use, and customize the control center on your iPad. And what we mean by that is that just about everything you need to do when it comes to your iPad, as far as customizing it, you go to the settings to do so. But what if you don't want to go to settings and go through all of the necessary? There's a shortcut, and that is called the control center. And how that is done is basically you swipe from the upper right-hand corner to the lower, as you can see here, swipe from the upper right-hand corner to the lower left-hand, and your control center comes on, as shown here on my screen. This is what your control center looks like. Now you can customize it to your desire. So let's look at some of the features that can be on the control center. For example, there's airplane mode, there's Wi-Fi, cellular data, and Bluetooth, there's screen orientation, volume, and brightness, and more. Today, we'll begin reviewing how to open the control center, what each button does, and how to customize it with different features available. All right, so how does one access the control center on your iPad? Again, you want to swipe from the top right-hand corner of your screen all the way down to the bottom left. So you're going diagonally, holding your iPad, whether it's horizontal or vertical, it doesn't matter. But you start at the upper right, go down diagonally to the lower left. That's how you get it displayed. This is what it looks like when it's close-up shot of what it looks like, you could see. So we're going to look at what is airplane mode, which is about as you can see the little plane that's flying here, that little feature, that is called airplane mode. It turns on your wireless feature while flying on the airplane. So when you fly, in all cases these days, the pilot will come on and say, will you please place all of your mobile devices into airplane mode? And that's where you would go. You can go into settings and do it, or you can swipe down from the upper right down to lower left, grab airplane mode from there, tap on it, and then guess what? Your device is now in a mode where it doesn't have access to any signals whatsoever. And that's for the safety of those that are flying. The pilot wants to have full control of his dashboard and all the signals coming through. The next thing we're going to look at is the Wi-Fi. Notice there, the icon that looks like that's a Wi-Fi. The one that's in green has a Wi-Fi signal. It's telling you that you you either have Wi-Fi or you don't. When a little while ago, my internet, the whole electricity I had what is called a brownout, where everything died. That means I lost internet connection. So when I didn't have access to anything. So where did I have to go? I had to go in there and reset my computer. And you don't need to do that. I think yours will come back. But I had to go back in there and make sure that my cellular or Wi-Fi, in this case, Wi-Fi is on. Then there's Bluetooth. Allows the devices to connect to each other without wires or cables. So you have an iPad and you want to print one day. You have documents in it that you'd like to print. Well, you'll need what is known as a Bluetooth printer. No cables involved, all by Bluetooth. That's the symbol that you see there. That's what you call a Bluetooth symbol. Wherever you see that, you can have a wireless device. And basically all you do is sync to it. We're not going to go into the steps of how that is done, but that's what that says. It's saying your device has access to, it can Bluetooth to another device. For example, I have a very small speaker here in my hand, and this small speaker allows me to, with no cables, I can play music from my my desktop here without any wires connected via that speaker. Then there's the orientation lock, meaning the iPad rotates, right? You can rotate it in different views of it. Well, you can lock it. If you don't like it, flipping back and forth, you can lock it between portrait and landscape mode. You can disable it. That way it's not swinging back and forth, or you can unlock it where it can swing back and forth. Then there's the brightness and volume. That's, as you could see here, there are two things here with brightness and volume. Those bars that are there, oops, that went past. I clicked on it and it went past it. That's what allows you to control the volume of your device if you don't feel like finding the finger one to the side of your device. Then there's focus. You can silence any alerts, calls, notifications, whatever it is, by muting your focus, saying, I don't want to be disturbed, especially at night. I don't like my iPad. I like to have my iPad next to me at night, but I don't want it sending out notifications during the night, waking me up. So I put it on night focus, meaning do not disturb during the night. All right, so let's look at a brief video on how one customizes the control center.
Customize Control Center to quickly access the things you use the most. Here's how. In Settings, scroll down and tap Control Center. To add controls, tap the Add button, or tap the Remove button to remove controls. To rearrange controls, touch and hold the gray lines and move them up or down. To access Control Center, swipe down from the top right corner of your screen. Or on an iPhone with a home button, swipe up from the bottom edge of your screen. Then tap a control you'd like to use. More control with a tap.
Okay, so you got some idea of how to get your control center on your device visible. All right, so the next thing we're going to look at is our iPad keyboard. But before we get into it, I just got a text message saying that the CPL, Jordan and Diamond, both are asking for, it seems like they're having technical difficulties on their end. And so basically we're going to carry on the show without them this afternoon, but check back in 2 weeks from today and they'll be back and they can answer any questions relating to the library apps. Okay. I'm sure that they send their sincere apologies, and we do understand that these technical difficulties do happen. Just like moments ago, my house went completely, the electricity just went, period. So I don't know what it is, which means I lost electricity and I lost Wi-Fi, but I'm able to get back on. Okay, so now we're going to look at tips and tricks on how to use the iPad's built-in keyboard. Here's a picture of it. I'm sure all of you by now been using your keyboard. If you are new to typing on a glass screen, give yourselves a couple of days to see how best to hold and type on your iPad. All right, so let's look at a quick little video on this.
In this lesson, we'll be learning how to use the keyboard on an Apple touchscreen device.
Turn the volume up on the YouTube bar, Teresa.
To open the notes,
Hold on.
the keyboard is a part.
Oops.
The keyboard appears when you need to type.
Good, thank you.
During this lesson, we recommend that you hold your device sideways for a bigger keyboard. The layout of the keys should look familiar to you. The space bar is in its usual place at the bottom of the keyboard. You tap the X symbol in the top right to backspace or delete, just like on a physical keyboard. But because of the screen size, All of the keys cannot be shown at once. Tap the period question mark 123 key to access the numbers keyboard. Here you'll find all of the numbers as well as a few more of the commonly used symbols. To access the rest of the symbols, tap the #+= key. Tap the ABC key to switch back to the letters keyboard. Tap either arrow before typing a letter to capitalize the letter. The first word of each sentence will automatically be capitalized. Double tap an up arrow to turn on caps lock. Tap an arrow again to turn caps lock off. We all make mistakes, but luckily touchscreen keyboards are very forgiving. Misspelled words are often auto-corrected as you type. Sometimes the keyboard suggests a word that you don't want to use. When this happens, simply tap the suggested word to use the word you've typed. Now press the Home button to return to the home screen.
Okay, so that was a brief video on using your keyboard, your on-screen keyboard. Here's another picture of it. You can also dictate, or if your fingers aren't working on that on screen, you can have an external keyboard or an Apple Pencil or stylus pen to enter text. So there's several ways you can enter information into your iPad: by the keyboard, dictating, or external keyboard using an Apple Pencil or stylus pen. All right, so now let's look at how to use the dictation feature.
Did you know that iPadOS has got a really powerful voice dictation tool built right in? To enable voice dictation, you need to go into the Settings app and then go to General and Keyboard. At the bottom of the keyboard page is a little toggle to enable dictation. If you've not used dictation before, you will need to go through a couple of steps to enable things, and you have the choice of sharing your recordings with Apple if you wish to. I've chosen not to do that on my iPad. Then go back into the app you were using, for example, Pages, and bring up the keyboard again. From here, all you need to do is press on the microphone button that's now appeared next to the spacebar, and then you can begin talking into your iPad. Siri dictation will then take your words and transcribe them as text on your screen for you. This doesn't have a 100% accuracy rate, but I found it to be pretty reliable when I've used it myself, and you can always go back afterwards and you can correct changes using the keyboard. Please note that this does need to be online to work, particularly on older iPads. However, iPad Pros can do this offline. When you're done, simply press the keyboard button at the bottom of your screen, and that will turn off voice dictation, and then you can use the normal keyboard to make changes as you need to. It's a really powerful tool to let children express themselves through their voice if they find typing on a keyboard difficult.
Okay. Another feature that your keyboard offers is emojis. You can use emojis as a way of art or expressing how you feel. And so to use that, you would look at your keyboard where it's pointed there in red. And for that smiley face, tap on that, and you will get a smorgasbord of various types of emojis. And to see more options, basically you swipe left or right with your fingers, enter an emoji, and then tap on it. And then return to the regular keyboard, you tap on ABC at the bottom. So when you finish entering that emoji, you can now return it back to the regular keyboard by looking for the ABC key on that keyboard. All right, what about accented letters while you're typing? Yes, it is very possible. So how is that? For example, if you wanted to enter an E accented, you would look for the E character, hold it down, touch, hold it just for maybe about 2 or 3 seconds. And then you will get, as you could shown here, you'll get a variety of various types. Then you select the one you would like to use. All right, here are some other keyboard tips. Double tap the space bar quickly ends a sentence. So with a period. So you're typing, you end the sentence, and you don't have to look for the period assigned character to. You can just double tap the space bar and a period will fall into the correct place at the end of the sentence. You can redo and undo. How do you do that? You swipe left or right. You swipe left for undo and swipe right to redo with 3 fingers. And with 3 fingers, you can undo, redo button. So what do we mean by undo, redo? Let's say you've reached a step where you want to undo something you entered in there. Well, just look for the undo exactly this. Swipe left to undo it. And it's gone. And let's say you change your mind again. Then you can do it, redo it, get it back. Okay? Then there's the track. You could turn on the keyboard into a trackpad. Touch and hold the space bar with 1 finger and drag to move the cursor. Now, we would have to get into more about trackpad use. So we're not going to go here now because I don't think you're ready to deal with this at this point, but at some point we'll introduce it. Then close the keyboard. If you want to get rid of the keyboard, you tap the keyboard button at the bottom right of the keyboard and the keyboard disappears. Sometimes it can be in the way, and so you want it closed. So just look for the keyboard character on the key and tap on it, and then the keyboard disappears. Another feature that we're covering this afternoon is how to select, copy, and paste text. In the apps on the iPad, you can use the on-screen keyboard to select and edit text in text fields. Okay, so you're reading something and you want to select something there, whatever it is that you're reading on your iPad, maybe a whole sentence, maybe a paragraph, and highlight it to copy it and paste it somewhere else. Well, that's very possible. So what you would do, you would first, to select the actual area that you'd like, you double tap on the area you want to edit, and then drag the little circles on each end to expand the selection to your choosing. And then using the navigation bar, you select what you would like to do with whatever it is that you are selecting, whether it's copying it, moving it to another location of the document, whatever it is you're doing, you will then go to your nav bar to get those features to move it to the next location. There are 2 types of text that you can select already uploaded. There's the news article, and then there's the app text. And then there's the text you write in notes or pages, each having its own navigation bar. To select the text, you double tap on the area you want to edit, just like mentioned before. Then you drag the little blue circles on each end to expand the selection to your choosing. Using the navigation bar, again, you would select what you would like to do with the selected text. All right, now there are times when you want to copy images, and it's easily done. Let's say you have an image in your photo gallery and you want to send it off in an email or in an iMessage to whomever. Well, that's easily done by first you may want to go into photographs. You can then copy the photo and then paste it into another document, such as an email, text message, or presentation. And this is how it's done. First, you open the photo, then you look for the 3 circle, you see the circle with the 3 dots in it, or the share feature that's there in brown. You select that, then you'll get an option right shown here And it's saying, well, what do you want to do with it? You selected this photograph. What do you want to do with it? Well, I want to send it with either as a message in a message, or I want to send it as an email. And you select that from that option. All right. So now, because of the library, it looks like we're going to be wrapping up early, but we'll stay here for any questions you may have. If there's something we need to show you, we could show you based on your needs. But we're going to wrap it up here now with some security tips regarding your iPad. We're going to look at some good practices, the app security, and some system security. For good practices, we want to always set strong passcodes, whether it's for if you decide to lock your iPad, then lock it with a strong passcode that you could remember, or write it down. And if you don't feel that you trust yourself with that, then you can use what is called the Touch ID to lock your iPad. And that's where you're using your thumb as fingerprint to lock and unlock your iPad. I wouldn't necessarily use that Touch ID though. If you live alone, there's no need to do that. But if you have a lot of folks in the home and you want to lock up your system, then feel free to either use a strong passcode or the Touch ID to lock your iPad. Then there's turn on Find My iPad, a very powerful feature. I did it last week on the morning section, where showed you if you've misplaced your iPad somewhere in the house, or you left it at a friend's home, or left it wherever, you can actually locate that iPad. But the thing is, to locate that iPad, you would have to use another Apple device. If you have an Apple phone or a Mac computer, and access the app from there and locate where your device is. Even when it's turned off, you can locate it. You might want to check me when I'm going to run that again. I ran it last week, and it was an eye-opener for many, and I pray that everyone does have that turned on, because it's a very good feature. If your memory is not working so well, you might put the iPad under the sofa or under the bed or somewhere, and then forget where you placed it. Well, someone else can help you find that iPad. Then there's the Apple ID. Apple ID is an ID that actually gives you access to iTunes or the App Store, and basically identifies the iPad as your, and it comes with a username and of course the password. Please, the help desk said that they get abundance of calls about, I need to reset my Apple ID password, and they're getting wary of it. So 2 things I suggest is that you write your Apple ID information, take a picture of it so it's on your device, or you share it with your son, your daughter, your grandchild, and you write it down on a piece of paper and put it in a drawer somewhere where you can access it when needed. Because once you forget that, then you have to reset it. And if you don't know how to reset it, you're calling the help desk. And, help desk wants to be able to be more accessible to for other means, rather than to reset an Apple ID, throughout the day, all day long. Okay. Another security tip I'd like to cover is the system security. This system has a really powerful, I would use one word, robust system when it comes to hackers not being able to access it. Yes, Apple systems on the whole are very difficult to break into. So you can feel some degree of confidence that the system is built robust and you don't have to worry about hackers breaking into it. But nothing is 100%. So there's always that, 5% chance, but I'm yet to hear about it. So I don't know of any at this point. Then there's the app security. You want to go to the App Store, download apps. what Apple does an excellent job of, what it says, Apple provides layers of protection designed to ensure that apps are free from known malware and hasn't been tampered with. Other protections help ensure access from apps to user data is carefully mediated. Meaning you go to the App Store and you download an app, you want to be confident that that app isn't coming with something attached to it that really is going to cause problems and make life difficult for you on your device. So you can be confident too that Apple's doing their share when it comes to scrutinizing or whatever it is they do to make sure those apps are free from malware. All right, so we've got to the point where we're at the library trainings. We've got library training tomorrow at Francis Gregory, 1:30 to 3 to 4:30. Monday next week, Tacoma Park, 416 Cedar Street, 12:30 to 3:30. Tuesday next week at Southeast, and that is at 437th Street, 12:30 to 3:30. Then there's Wednesday, April 12th at Northeast at 337th Street. That is at Northeast, 12:30 to 3:30. So is this have this? Okay. Again, this is one-on-one. So make sure you call the 202-800-6868 to reserve your one-on-one slot, meaning only you will have access to the trainer at that time that is reserved for you. All right, so you want answers. For example, you want to know about attendance. You can email attendance@wildtech, and someone will be more than happy to return an email to you saying how much, if you have questions about, whether you completed your modules or not, you can always email attendance to see where you are in that. Midterm survey, you want to find out whether did you not receive your midterm survey, then you can email survey@wildtech.org. Again, library training, library@wildtech, or call the hotline, 202-800-6868, between the hours Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. And it's the same thing, same information if you need general help altogether, anything to do with your device that you feel that you need a little extra help with. All right. I will want to thank you for participating in this afternoon's session. I know it's been a little testy with first it's me losing power, and meaning as well as Wi-Fi, and then Jordan, the library. So it's just one of these days. They said the saying, when it rains, it pours. It must be one of those days. So thank you for your patience.